Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
A dozen others were injured when gunfire rang out on Philadelphia's popular South Street, according to police.
Yesterday was a dark day for Philadelphia. And while many of us were out enjoying the beautiful day in the city, horrendous and unthinkable acts happened in a very popular local and tourist hangout.
Hundreds of people were gathered when just before midnight, police say several shooters began firing. Police say an officer fired back at a gunman who then dropped his weapon and fled the scene.
There are at least 2 guns that have been recovered from the scene, one with an extended magazine.
Also overnight, police say 3 people were killed when gunfire erupted in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
3 fatalities have been confirmed, 2 of which are related to gunshot wounds and 1 of which is related to injuries sustained after being struck by a vehicle.
These 2 incidents, just the latest in a string of mass shootings. 10 black people were killed at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. And early Saturday in Phoenix, a shooting at a strip mall. 100 people gathered for an apparent party, 9 of them wounded.
All praises, all praises, all praises, all praises, all glory. All praises to the Most High. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and excuse me. And today is Tuesday, June the 7th, 2022, and it's currently 4:23 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Shalom, beloved. Shalom. Brethren, we have a lot to go. We have a lot to discuss. Now, we're going to begin. There's so much here. Okay, we're going to begin in the beginning. Now, to let the nation know, I am in the process of getting another computer, so to speak. Bear with me. This one is running a little bit slow. And, excuse me. And you are going to see some stuff that are a little bit jittery. You're going to see a little bit of missing footage and clips and stuff like that. But nonetheless, beloved, we warned those people ages ago. I would say we warned them probably a year ago. Well, 2 years ago. But a year ago, we had videos. Okay, they are still here. Okay. Where we found the quarter that have George Washington, so to speak, with his sword lay under America. There was a black horse in the sky. There was multiple signs that they're actually on the channel. Somebody would be so kind to look for those videos, and you could enlighten those people and actually post it on the website. The point is, we warn those folks, Jews and Gentiles alike, we warn them that the mighty one will lay the sword in America and all over the world. And of course, our warning always being taken, with a bucket of salt. It's not like those people don't hear us or don't listen. They are swagger jacking our stuff. They are stealing everything they can steal. However, when we give warning, they take that for granted, because you guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about prophecy. You don't know anything about sign. What you say, that's not what it is and stuff. So we did warn them these things weren't to happen. Now, what you are seeing, even the Gentiles are noticing this. Okay, I'm talking about like real straight up 2/3 in the midst. they are seeing this and they are asking questions. A lot of people out there, church going people, other people, other nation, they're asking what's going on. Now, what's going on is the 400 years is over. Okay, the judgment is in the midst, and Christians specifically in this time, the Psalm 83, the people that came against the mighty one's loin and destroy his children, take over their lands all over the world. You are under judgment, especially right here in America, over there in Europe and Ukraine and all that. The so-called Psalm 83, the white man power, Esau, which is at the head of this thing. Please do not send me your silly little email trying to discuss the Arabs or Ishmael, the Arab or Edomites or whatever. I'm not interested in this. If you want, you can make your own channel and call me out and make a video and actually help the cause. I'm not interested in debate another petty Negro or another person. We are going to see, beloved, through multiple events that happen specifically here in the United States, that there is no peace. Things are not back to normal and never going to be back to normal. Things are getting worse. And we will see there is a specific people that are in the judgment seat. Okay, there is a specific group of people that are catching hell out there. Again, you will see quite a few of the skin folk in there, and our people will be pissed off because they are skin folk. Apparently, every black folk's supposed to be saved, you know. So this is not what that is, all right? All right, so we will begin, and then we will watch all the video. We will dissect it through the eyes of the Holy Spirit, of course. So now we are going to play this video right here, and then we're going to dissect and see what the angels are reporting onto us, because we told them to do that and they are doing this.
3 people were killed and at least a dozen others were injured when gunfire rang out on Philadelphia's popular South Street, according to police.
So now we, of course, they say 3 people, no more, a dozen, the number 12. You know what to do. Let's keep on moving.
Yesterday was a dark day for Philadelphia. And while many of us were out.
Now, her name is Danielle. Okay. And out of all the last name, her name is Outlaw. Okay. Danielle Outlaw. I'm not making this up. You can there you go. You can watch it here. Danielle Outlaw. Of course, we know Danielle 12:1. You already know who's in the midst. Okay. This is our thing here. Okay. That's what we do. All right. That's what the angels brought unto us. That's what we said. Okay. All right, Danielle Outlaw, Danielle 12:1.
Enjoying the beautiful day in the city, a horrendous and unthinkable act.
Of course, anytime things like that happen, put the skin folk in front and then a couple Negroes in the back, and then put the blame on them because, of course, 2/3 in the midst over there. Make it seems like they are the one doing this. But okay, all right, well, let's go.
Acts happened in a very popular local and tourist hangout.
Hundreds of people were gathered when just before midnight, police say several shooters began firing. Police say an officer fired back at a gunman who then dropped his weapon and fled the scene.
There are at least 2 guns that have been recovered from the scene, one with an extended magazine.
Also overnight, police say 3 people were killed when gunfire erupted in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
3 fatalities have been confirmed.
This sister name is, of course, you can see the pattern, okay? Every time there is like a AMS or popcorn in the mist, they will make like skin folk, or even sometime brethren and sister, they will put them in front and have them explain, you know, so the people will like always, how face is always associated with so-called gun violence, okay? Although, you know, 99.99% of these things, the popcorn AMS is going out there, is those people doing this. Of course, they're going to put somebody over there that look like us. And her name is Celeste, okay? The word Celeste is French for celestial, heaven, celestial writing, like the sister has in her back. Celeste Murphy, okay, celestial, from the heaven, okay. This is, of course, message, heavenly messages to the nation. Great peace, great glory. Let's keep on moving.
2 of which are related to gunshot wounds, and 1 of which is related to injuries sustained after being struck by a vehicle.
These 2 incidents, just the latest in a string of mass shootings. 10 black people were.
So of course they will go ahead and say, okay, 10 black people, they are, yeah, got shot and stuff like that. The whole Buffalo thing, and then again, one of the main reason I didn't touch this subject because the moment he came out and then they made it, they say white supremacists and stuff. People never look at who are those people. What are their name? You got Aaron here. You got there's a bishop. I believe he was the bishop. Church members and people that those are family members. Those are people that are in our family that we talk to them. Of course, her name here is Celestine. Okay, of course, Ruth, Pearl. Okay, Andre, Catherine, Hayward, Geraldine, Aaron, Roberta, Margus, Morrison. Okay, once you watch the background, church members, church choirs, deacons, pastors, and stuff like that. And when we told our people, you so-called Christians are catching a lot of hell out there, and people got mad, they're like, well, you have to show compassion and stuff. Look, man, those are a lot of people that look like us. No doubt, all 10 could be Israelites. Okay, and I'm assuming all 10 of them are our people. That is why the Messiah responded with all those things going around. Even though, beloved, we'll assume they are 2/3, the contract is done. Whatever that you do to them now, 10 times will happen to you. Okay, but again, go do a little bit research. You will find out there is deacons, pastors, church members, and church choirs. Those folks, they are all gone, ex-police officers, people that like Negroes that are in this stuff, and they will pull you over and give you a ticket they will pull that, popcorn in your face and drop you like this, but the Most High removed them. It's all spiritual when you're watching this. So let us keep on moving, Bridget. Okay, is that thing even recording right now? Yes, it is.
Killed at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York. 19 children and 2 teachers.
Okay, so all right, now again, I received the same thing. Like, okay, this is Northern Kingdom. This is Jacob's trouble because they are taking the Israelites. I keep telling our people, skin folk. You by now you should know the difference between skin folk. Let me see. Okay, and kinfolk. A lot of those people are not our kin. And you can, when you watch the news, Jesus Christos and stuff, they are Christians. And if you look at the age of the kids, at least 60% of them are 10 years old. Okay, all right. This little girl 10, Xavier 10, Amari 10, Rogelio 10, Jace 10, Tess Mata 10, Maite Rodriguez 10, Jacqueline 10, Annabelle Rodriguez 10, Michaelina Elroy 10, Alitia Ramirez 10, and then the teachers, they don't put their ages, the 2 teachers, those are 19 kids. Out of 19, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Out of 19, you got 11 of them that are 10 years old. Of course, a lot of them, they don't put their ages here. We know 10, step number 10. Number 10 is our number, which means Michael did this. Michael is in the midst. It can manifest light, then darkness. All right. When you look at those people, you look at the way they talk, the way they raising white Jesus and stuff like that. Those are Christian. Okay, those are Christian. All right, they do this. So you watch that, and it's a horrible thing that happened. But we have to tell the Christians, you are under judgment because you did a bunch of stuff to us, and then you took our things that are only to us, and then you act like, oh, the worst happened to you. Nah, the worst is happening to you now, and a hell of a lot more worse is going to be happening to you in the future. Let us keep on moving.
Were killed at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, and early Saturday in Phoenix, a shooting at a strip mall. 100 people gathered for an apparent party, 9 of them wounded.
Okay, so again, the word Phoenix there, and then the number 27. All right, 27, so to speak. Okay, so now we understand that, you know, number 9, destruction, and number of the Holy Spirit, the angels are here signaling us. Of course, they were the only people that can see and understand this. So we're going to keep on moving. Now you see Celestial, Celestine, Aaron, Daniel, Michael, all of that in one video, okay?
Wounded. A 14-year-old girl killed. The research group Gun Violence Archive tallying 239 mass shootings so far this year.
So we are halfway through. We already have 239 MS popcorn going in 2022. Those are the ones that either they underreported or somewhere they reported. And those one, but it's a hell of a lot more. They have a lot of things that they don't report. For instance, if a guy, there will be a dude here, he went somewhere, he shot and killed the grandfather, he shot the two grandson, he shot the cousin, he killed 4 people. Okay, plus they kill him. That's 5. That's a MS, but they don't report it as MS. You got parents like a husband that take out the whole family, a family of 6, including himself, which made 6. They don't call this MS, you know, they call it suicide. There's a lot going on they are not saying. Much more are going on, but they want the people to focus on this and make this look like we are the one doing this.
Many now calling on lawmakers to do something. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy telling CNN he believes Congress is closer than ever before to reaching an agreement on gun reform.
That has nothing to do with gun. Don't let those people pull you in their garbage. That has everything to do with you Gentiles and poisoners out there. You so-called heathens, this is your nature. That's what you do. That's what you do. You're a violent person. You are you when it comes to human being, you're not. A real human being will not come to a classroom full of children and then jiffy pop the whole place. You people, it's in you. You are the problem. It's not gun. Gun is not the problem. Because you are the problem. You go around and shoot and kill a bunch of innocent people. You walk up in a supermarket, you shoot and kill 10 people. And then you shouldn't kill them. And when they ask, okay, why did you do this? Or because they're going to replace me and they're black, they got huge penis and stuff, and they're not going to replace me. They are the problem. And black people did so much to us white folks and stuff like that. And all of you other white people, you just chill. You just don't say anything. You don't speak. And then when it happened to you, gun reform. We have to reform gun. Nah. What's going on out there is a human reform. Wherever is non-human out there, you will be removed. That's what that is.
Been part of negotiations as serious as these. There are more Republicans at the table talking about changing our gun laws.
Parents of victims and survivors of the mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde will appear before a House committee on Capitol Hill next week in an effort to stress the devastation brought on by gun violence. Faith Abube, ABC News.
Okay, so anyway, this has nothing to do with gun violence or anything like that. Gun was never the problem. The problem, it is you people. The problem, you guys are perverts. You're a poisoner. Anytime you get in any culture, you perverted the culture or the people, and you poison them. You did this. You are the problem, and that is why you are being removed from the face of this earth. All right, let us keep on moving. Okay, now this is strictly going to be, well, we're gonna have a little bit stuff at the end, but strictly going to be sword. Let's move to the next video. Okay, then we will tell you why this thing is happening, because you people are guilty. You've done a lot. Okay.
Deputies shot and killed a knife-wielding man in Lancaster this afternoon. Patrons inside a Tom's Diner on the 1800 block of West Avenue J called 911 just after 1 p.m. Deputies arrived and encountered a man armed with a knife and a crossbow. They opened fire, striking the man. He was transported to a hospital where he died of his injuries.
Okay, so now, as you can see, more and more things are happening, such as when it comes to violence. Of course, you know, if this thing you didn't even hear about it because this fellow is not black. You know, they really don't want to. Yeah, it won't make any effects. Or some dude, some white man working with a kind of like a bow and stuff. He's got a gun and got shot. But wait, if this fellow was black, what if it was one of those 2/3 out of their freaking mind going around acting gang, shooting people, and they get what they deserve? They will take this person, they will bring it in front of our people, and then our people are so emotional. They are so emotional, they would just go ahead and then dive in there without even asking what happened. What's going on? Was he using this crossbow to kill a brother? Was he using the crossbow to shoot a sister? Was he doing all those things? What's going on here? And then they're just telling you, oh, this man didn't do anything. And then our people will go, he had mental issue and stuff. Listen, the law that they have here, you cannot use it the way so-called poisoners or use it. They can claim insanity, they can claim anything else, you can't. Okay, now this dude, he's no more because he had the crossbow and some, I don't know, firearm.
We spoke with one of the guests who was inside the diner at the time.
Knife.
I could actually see the guy with a knife in his hand. Before you knew it, you just had a barrage of bullets. They kept warning him. But from what I understand, he went to his backpack and pulled out that crossbow, and that was that.
Okay, so again, you have to understand when things like that happen. Okay, this dude was here, he saw it. There was another white guy, so to speak. Well, I don't know if the suspect is black or white, but I'm just saying, a lot of those things that are going on out there, beloved, they are judgment. There's a lot of judgment going on out there, man. It's a lot, okay? This dude was warned to drop this stuff. He didn't drop it. He tried to pull a crossbow, and they dropped him.
The man's identity has not been released.
That's a white dude. I forgot I saw him.
An investigation is now ongoing.
Okay, so, all right, let us keep on moving, all right? Let's see. Sometime you read the comment, okay? All right, 100% agree with the police. They kept warning him. Man's got his limitation. That was a good shoot by the deputy. The people in this country are going nuts. So many crazy and violent people. My God. Okay, they are saying this, brethren, okay? They are seeing this, all right? They are seeing that so many shootings, crazy things are happening, and they don't know why. Because their church won't tell them, they never did tell them, and nobody will tell them. Even if they come to certain of our people, they will tell them, oh, this is Jacob's trouble. Yeah, they are practicing on themselves, so may bring Jacob, troubles and stuff like that. Of course, you will have comment like, as long as all cops are safe and unharmed, I'm sure the suspect will never, ever pull a knife or crossbow anyone again. May God bless and protect all police officers and uniformed personnel wherever they are. May he, by his mighty hand, save and protect all at police officers so they can go home safely to their loved one. Okay, thank you, police officers. So, and this is Dalyush Samia. Okay, I'm not quite sure who this person is, but it sounds like one of those Arab name, or Samia. It could be a skin folk too. It could be an African skin folk, so to speak. So, and those people always will defend the police, and then to death they'll do that because that's what they do. Okay. Now, let us keep on moving forward. How long we are into this thing? Oof. Let us keep on moving forward, all right?
An update tonight on that violent stabbing inside the Encino Hospital Medical Center. Police have identified the man suspected of stabbing 2 nurses and a doctor as Ashkan Amir Soleimani. Investigators say the 35-year-old went on that stabbing spree in an area of the emergency room Friday. 2 of the victims have been treated and released. A third, though, still in stable condition tonight. Amir Soleimani was taken into custody just hours after he had barricaded himself inside a closet. He's now facing 3 attempted murder charges.
Okay, so this dude, of course, B10 right here. This fellow, okay, he went to the hospital, start stabbing people. And I believe in one of the video, he stabbed somebody, one of those first responders, so bad that his entrail came out. The guy guts spill out. Okay, which shows you he stabbed the fellow with such a rage, with such a disdain, with such a force that caused the fellow entrails, his intestine came out. He was holding it in his hand, and it's pretty graphic. All right, it's a horrible thing. You know, we really don't want to talk about that, but let's keep on moving.
And turning now to more on the stabbing spree in Canoga Park last night, where 5 people were hurt.
Being told at least one victim has sustained life-threatening injuries. Aaron Myers is live at the scene this morning with all of the overnight details. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, you two. There still are a lot of unanswered questions on exactly what happened out here, but as you said, possibly up to 5 people were stabbed or at least injured. We'll go ahead and get into some video for you from the scene last night. We're told the call came in around 9:40 for an assault with a deadly weapon near the intersections of Alabama Avenue and Bassett Street. When first responders arrived, multiple victims were said to be found, possibly up to 5. One person said to have suffered life-threatening injuries. We are working on getting all of this confirmed with law enforcement. Firefighters, though, could be...
Okay. Well, the number 72 right here, and you know what to do. And the first video you had 27. Now you see the reverse. Now, you have people saying, well, the gun reform and the firearms, popcorn and stuff. Now you got another group of people going around with knives, you know, daggers, swords, and stabbing people. Literally stabbing them to death. Okay, this is not in the same city, brethren, okay? This is another city, beloved sister. This is another state. This dude just went just stabbing people, okay? And I remember I was watching late 2017 or 2008. I believe 2018. There was over there in England and UK, and the UK, stabbing is just like MS here. Stabbing is very popular and it is very dangerous. For any little thing, a Negro stab you, okay? And there was this Pakistani, so to speak, fellow that was in. They were in a club, and a big dude, a big white dude, he came out. And I don't know, he said something to the Pakistani fellow. And they got into an argument. And he punched the little Pakistani fellow. And then the Pakistani had like a little backpack. And he pulled a knife. Okay, let me see if I can get the video. He pulled a knife. And he stabbed the guy. He stabbed him once, and the guy walked back. He jumped like a boxer. He was jumping like a boxer, like he was going to attack. He fell on the floor. He died. Come to find out, the guy punched him in his kidney. Okay, he died. Okay. Let me see if I can pull if this video even online. Pakistani stab UK and nightclub at night. Not quite sure. Okay. UK nightclub stabbing. That was a couple of years ago. I think it's this one. Yeah, this happened last year. Two-thirds. Like a year ago. Two-thirds going at each other. You know, see, I watch it. You know, for the hell of it, let's all go watch this video. Two-thirds going at each other's throat. Actually, we had a brother that stay in this area. That happened last June, June the 3rd. We had a video on that. Okay. Okay. They are chasing. Okay. He has a knife.
Call police, mate. Call the police.
Someone else call the police. Sam, I'll call you back.
Okay, he could have easily killed this dude. Right, so.
With knife, huge knife.
2/3 in the miss.
And possibly an ambulance at some point.
Crazy, man. Two-thirds fighting stuff, and that stabbing happened. And it was pretty sad, man. When I watched it, I'm like, man, that guy died in like 3 seconds. He stabbed him because the guy he pushed the little fellow, the fellow, stabbed him, and then he died, man. That's it was the worst thing I saw, man. It was sad. The guy he stabbed the fellow, man. The fellow died. So, So, yeah, people are going around stabbing people and stuff and crazy things, man. All right. We watched this. Another skin folk guy got stabbed by his white girlfriend, and then he was talking crap. In China too. Oh, the one that happened in China 8 years ago. This guy just went in school. He took the head off. He took off. He take somewhere like 8 kids. He just take their head off. Okay, with the machete. It happened a lot in China. Okay, people just go to the school. I believe it was this dude that did this. Huh? I don't know. Yeah, it was a nightclub, and then that guy stabbed that fellow, man. It was really, really bad. But anyway, so the point that I'm making, it's not the gun. It's just you people, you 83, you poisoners, you guys are violent. You're going to go out there, and then when you come in our hood, you make our people violent too because you're a poisoner. You poison them too.
Be seen treating what appears to be one person at least in an ambulance and another on the street. As for arrests, the LAPD has not said if anyone was arrested, but video shows one person in handcuffs being put into a patrol vehicle. This time, as I said, a lot of unknowns, such as what led up to these stabbings or injuries, the circumstances behind all of this, and where all of this exactly happened. We do not know if this was inside a home or outside. We do not have information on the victims or the suspect or suspects either. We are working on getting more of that from law enforcement. Now, back here live, once again, multiple people said to be stabbed or injured. We are contacting LAPD to get as much information for you as we can, and we'll bring that.
So, as you can see, beloved, this thing going around, and it's really, really bad. Okay, so the stabbing, the sword is indeed in the midst. Now, why is this happening, beloved? I mean, why all of a sudden now you are seeing around the world, including here, the calamity, the cataclysm are increasing? And I'm not even going to bring volcano eruption in this, just to give you a hint. I'm not going to bring nature stuff because the video is going to be too long. If I have time, I will bring this to you. Okay. Yeah. Again, there's 2 men killed in Oakland within an hour. Did they remove the video?
Now, where police are investigating 2 homicides that happened within an hour of each other. The first one was reported just after 11 o'clock last night in the 10,000 block of MacArthur Boulevard, not far from Foothill Square in East Oakland. Police were alerted to the scene by ShotSpotter. When they got there, a 36-year-old San Leandro man was suffering from a gunshot wound. He died at the scene. According to the East Bay Times, the man's wife was also wounded. No arrests have been made. Police have not yet released any information on a suspect or a motive. The second homicide just happened after midnight on Novelda Drive, a few blocks away from San Leandro Boulevard. Police also found a man suffering from a gunshot wound in this case. Emergency crews tried to save him. He, too, died at the scene. Police have yet to release more information on this case. These 2 deaths mark the 48th and 49th homicides this year in Oakland.
Okay. So that's what's happening. So now, again, the reason I'm not going to even bring this is plague number 6, okay? Big hailstorm in Paris. So many things happen. I'm just going to brush on it so that people can understand. Okay, that's the plague number 6, hailstorm. Okay, the volcano eruption in the Philippines, massive explosion in India, earthquake, 5.9 earthquake in China, major flooding over there in Pernambuco, it's in Brazil, another volcano eruption, tornadoes and all that. So the ratio right there in Canada, Quebec is like Ontario is being destroyed. Of course, those people acting like those things are not happening. So I'm not going to even bring that because we don't have the time for this. Again, the reason why this thing is happening is because of Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yeah, of course. 1619, 2019, the 400 years is over. The Most High gave them a year of grace, and then the trouble truly started in 2021. Okay, in January 6, 2021. Because that's when World War III started, okay? That's when the poisoners invaded 83, and then they destroyed the blood was spills. That was the beginning of World War III. People are waiting World War III for nuclear weapon to, if it's not nuclear, it's not World War, because that's what Gentiles say. And the last day, there will be nuclear weapon war, Russia, Gog and Magog gonna go against Israel, and all this nonsense. But that's not what the people are seeing. The people are seeing that the people that look just like them, okay, are going around effed up things, crushing things, and taking things out, and killing people, and do a bunch of nonsense and stuff. Okay? So the reason why this is happening is because the 400 years, the contract is over, and now you are in judgment. Psalm 83, the poisoners, which we shall not suffer them to leave, they are the one that are under this curse right now. Of course, a few skin folk and 2/3, they 2/3 are for life, Negro. You gotta love them, you gotta hate them. The 2/3 are for life. They don't care, they're expendable. They will go out there and do nonsense, and then they will die. Okay, they will be destroyed. So now the reason why you see this, it's because we are officially now in Genesis 15 verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Now who's judging? Who is in the midst? We know the black judges here, aka the deaf and Joe Bowen and all that. Oh, you might call it Anibus or Anibus. Okay, the spirit of vengeance, it is here. There is no denial of this. Okay, and then now the mighty one is using the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Literally all the plagues are being manifest right now, but what you've been seeing now, it's plague number 9, execution by the sword, and of course flight and distress. Okay, you just saw increase of hail and snow. You saw the hailstorm. Again, we're not going to go into this because it's so much. Execution by the sword. The sword is the quote-unquote the modern day gun. It's also the knives. You see many people are stabbing people, or you see the sword, the actual machete, two-thirds going at each other's throat. And those things been going on for a while now, but people they are not paying attention. They don't want to pay attention. They don't want to say anything. And then everyone are acting as if this thing somewhat gonna go away or it's going to come back to normal. And we told them it's not. It's not. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And the people that destroy this earth cannot rebuild this earth. They have to be completely and utterly be destroyed. So that is why you see all those things are happening. The children, the people that you put in the hood and the ghettos, the one that you're shooting outside, the one that have no one to talk for, the one that has no one to represent them, the one that are the so-called the poorest in this country, the one that take the worst humiliation. Those are the children of the Most High God Almighty. Yea, the one that you're calling the poorest of all nations. You go to Africa. You like labeling Africa as the world poorest continent. Haiti is the world poorest country in all the world in this hemisphere. Black folks over here are the poorest. They are the baddest. They are the worst. They are the criminals. They don't respect them. They don't know anything. They're all stupid. They're all acting dumb. And all black folks are criminals, and they are stupid. They are not superior and all that and things. And then you raise fake people, which you're calling the Haitian people over there. You give them a piece of land, which is not the Holy Land over there in the Middle East. That's not the Holy Land. What you're calling Holy Land is all over. you are, if you're in the United States, you are part of the Holy Land, okay? The Caribbean are part of the Holy Land. Trinidad, Haiti, Jamaica, and all those places are part of the Holy Land. The entire earth belongs to us. We will tell you where to live. You will not tell us where to live. You will not. We will tell you. And that is why, babe, that is why all those things are coming against you, and they are against your loin. Now, let us, today, this video primarily going to be focused on the sword. Let us keep on moving with the sword, beloved, okay? Again, like I say, I do not like to go in and doing a lot of scriptures because we passed that time. It's time to show the people exactly what's going on here. Now, we have the 9 planets, the 5 planets. They are aligning. Okay, so thank you for the sister that sent me the link to this. Now I'm getting much more knowledge about this. For instance, we have to look for the moon, which is Luna right here. Okay, is that what that is? Yeah, so the moon is in Virgo right now. As we already know, the moon spent about 2 days and a half in one of the zodiac sign, and after that it's going to move to Libra. It's going to spend 2 days and a half. It's going to move to Scorpio, 2 days and a half. Move to Sagittarius, 2 days and a half. Move to Capricorn, 2 days and a half. Move to Aquarius. Right now, Pluto, okay, Pluto. Is it traveling backward? Pluto is about to enter Aquarius, or is it in Aquarius? Not quite sure. Because if Pluto enter Aquarius, the new age, okay, Saturn is already in Aquarius, and we know Saturn is like this planet, man, the darkness, the black judge reside there. So I'm not quite sure with Pluto. Let me see if it's moving. Huh. Okay. Oops. There's a place there. Where is it? Oh, okay. I look for today. Let me boy. So now we're going to get a little bit. We're going to get a little in and so-called planetary things. Okay, that's the rotation. Okay. Okay, somebody's talking so loud out there. Did they remove this thing? I don't think. Did they remove that? I used to calculate it. There's a lot of things out there. Pluto and his moon live. Let me watch Pluto and his moon live. Okay. Not quite sure. That's the. Let's watch the desktop view. Okay, that's for Pluto. See if I could get the desktop view. No, this is already. There we go. That's better. That's better. Huh? Why didn't they put this in here? Okay, that's better. Let me see what Pluto is. Pluto. Luna is still in the house of Virgo. It's gonna be in Libra soon. You see, Pluto is in Capricorn and is about to enter Aquarius. Let me see when it's going to enter that. Let's move this thing forward. Okay, see the moon. You see the pattern? The moon, okay, it's going to be in Libra. Okay, the sun is in Gemini right now. Okay, the moon is entering now. It's in it passed Libra, and it's in this sign right there. I'm not quite sure now. It's gonna be in Sagittarius. That's how fast the moon travel. All the planets are so slow to move. Okay, all right. Look at your Uranus, because I don't want to say the way it is. I will receive silly little email. Now you see the sun is going to be in Cancer. All right, so the moon passed right in front of Pluto somewhere around the 17. The moon going to be in conjunction with Pluto. Let me see this. I gotta. Oh man, see, I can't stop this. See, the moon's going to be in conjunction with Neptune. The 20th. Let's see the 24th. We are looking for 24th here. 21st, Jupiter, Mars. 22nd with Mars, Aries. Which planet the moon's going to be on the 24th? We're almost there on the 24th. 24th is going to be Uranus, Venus. Okay, somewhere around Uranus and Venus. Okay, so let me move it pretty fast. Okay, see how fast the moon is traveling? All right, the sun is moving through Leo, and it's gonna be in Virgo. Okay, it's moving really fast, but Pluto is still, I don't know if it's moving backward or forward. It's still in Capricorn, so to speak. It will be in Aquarius. Boy, I'm going to move it very fast. Okay, Pluto's gonna be there. Pluto gonna be in Aquarius in 2023, and March, probably in March 2023, and May 2023. Okay, Pluto is entering the house. Wait, this thing is going backward now. Oh, okay, all right. At certain things, at certain time, it's go backward. No, Pluto. No, it's not going backward. The moon of Pluto going backward. So Pluto in 2024 is going to, yes, there you go. 2024, March 2024, Pluto is going to be officially in Aquarius, if I'm getting this right. And that's why we have to wait. He's gonna be like, yo, what? That's why they told you do not look at the sky. Probably in 2024, okay, somewhere around like March 2024. Okay, Pluto's going to officially enter Aquarius. I'm not quite sure, brothers. I don't know anything about this thing. I'm just looking at this. That's Pluto right here. Okay. Let's see, March 2024 to be sure. 2024. March. I want to say April 2024. April 7th. Proceed. There you go. Yep, Pluto gonna be in Aquarius. Okay, it's gonna be in Aquarius. So this is the age that we are moving in, or we are in. I'm not quite sure because Gentiles effed up things. So by March 2023, Pluto's gonna be here. Pluto is here, but it's not at the position where it needs to be, and then he's gonna start activate. That's what we are doing now, brothers. We are in training, and we don't have that much. Probably a year and a half. So you do your thing, man. Again, take this with a bucket of salt, because I don't really know this thing. I'm just going by the spirit. Okay, I'm learning more and more and more about this. Is that thing even recording right now? Yes, it is. All right, so you might want to go to the planets today and then see Pluto's gonna be enter Aquarius in 2024 officially, probably somewhere around like when our New Year's kicks in. So be it. Let's keep on moving, brethren.
9 o'clock on the dot. We're going to start with an update to a Fox 10 News alert we have been following all morning long. Multiple people shot at a large gathering at a Phoenix strip mall. It happened overnight.
And we have learned just now that one person, a woman, has died. Let's take a look at the scene near 10th Avenue and Hatcher. We're told 9 people in total were shot when a fight broke out at the strip mall there. There were about 100 people that were gathered at the time of this shooting. The victims, we're told, are anywhere between 18 to 24 years old. Again, we've just learned one woman died. 2 other women have life-threatening injuries, and 5 men and a teenager are expected to be okay.
So
many rounds were shot into this crowd of people.
Okay, this officer here, his name is Andy Williams. And of course, we know Williams, Willie Williams, Daniel 12:1. You must understand all those things that we are saying, brethren. We are not making this up, okay? Those things are here and then they are happening. So the reason why you see people are entering a dark time of magic and we are moving faster, it's not like we are bending the law. I still keep the Sabbath. I still not eating pork. I still following the law, but I do not make the law the Most High. I do not make the law my God. There are certain things that the Most High have me doing under what you're calling the Sabbath. My whole life is a Sabbath. If you're retired, your whole life is a piece for the Most High, a special day for the Most High. Now, we are learning, brothers, through the eyes of the Mighty One, that He is indeed in the midst. You can see the judgment here, and then there's nothing those people can do about it. Let's keep on moving.
People as everyone fled the area. I don't have any indication that anyone had broken in or that it was a burglary or an unlicensed party or anything.
I believe it was
an
argument.
It was a large gathering of people at a strip mall.
All right, you want to be sure to avoid this area. There's a lot of evidence still around that police are gathering.
Okay, so this is really bad. All right, let's keep on moving. I traded the Holy Temple with the Holy Spirit.
Floor. They started getting closer and closer, so we dug down because we could literally hear like the shoo.
Manasseh started recording on her phone.
And literally right after that, like pa, you just heard a lot more.
How many gunshots do you think you heard?
Let's go ahead and then hear from the beginning. See if this is the same one. Could
6 people are hurt following a shooting at a party in West Phoenix overnight. Authorities working to figure out how this all started. But it was near 59th Avenue and Thomas Road right here where shots were fired. The neighborhood seeing a large police presence for most of today. Our Ashley Holden on the ground tonight pushing for answers, speaking with neighbors who say they heard the chaos.
Families were jolted awake Sunday morning by the sound of dozens of gunshots. This video given to ABC 15 by a neighbor shows people running and cars speeding away.
From a distance, we started hearing gunshots.
Vanessa Rabago and her little sister were at their family home early Sunday morning when they dropped to the floor.
They started getting closer and closer, so we dug down because we could literally hear like the shoo.
Vanessa started recording on her phone.
And literally right after that, like pa, you just heard a lot more.
How many gunshots do you think you heard, or could you count?
At least 40.
And you can see police have a large area here taped off. We're near 56.
That's a real nice number, 40. Okay. Again, we know this. These things are being amplifying because of our 40-day fast. Can you imagine, brothers, what was going to happen in 2023 when we enter that next 40-day fast, man? Do you know what's that going to be? Brethren, this is all because of your fasting and praying, man. All right, because you truly raise the Most High above all. You don't worship the law.
6th Avenue and Cambridge, but the scene encompasses multiple streets in this neighborhood. Evidence markers could be seen at multiple intersections. Sunday, police telling us the shooting started at a party. So far, we don't have an update on the people injured. Around 10:30 this morning, we saw people gathering near this bus, one telling ABC 15 that witnesses were inside. As people got off, some said they were told not to talk about what happened because it's under investigation.
I'm just in shock. Like, I didn't know it was, like, I know it was close, but I didn't know it was, like, like legitimately.
Vanessa and her family are happy they're safe.
Typical teenager talk, using big words and then tied up with a like. I didn't know it was like legitimately. There you go.
But say it's terrifying to have something like this happen so close.
Like to wake up and see, you know, like my front yard blocked off and stuff. So it's like, wow. Yeah, it's pretty scary.
In Maryvale, Ashley Holden, ABC 15, Arizona.
So yeah, you can hear it, pom 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 pom. You know, the shooting, 5 people shot and stuff like that. The sword is in the midst. Of course, this is plague number 9, execution by the sword. Let's keep on moving, beloved. This thing is no joke. This is real. We are not making this up. I don't pay those people to do this. They don't pay me. This is what it is.
A man accused of shooting and killing his wife in Tempe has been arrested. The shooting happened early Friday morning. This is near Mill Avenue and Apache Boulevard. Court paperwork says the husband, Christopher Hoops, told police he awoke, startled, grabbed his gun and fired several shots before realizing it was his wife.
So, you got this fellow right here. Is that thing even recorded? Okay, cursed be the husbands and cursed be the wives. This guy went to sleep. I don't know. That's what he said, Brethren. I'm not making any assumption. I'm gonna. All praises to the Most High. Okay. This guy was asleep, Hey, somebody opened the door. He quickly grabbed his gun and he started blasting on fools. And he realized it was his wife. And I believe him. I have no reason not to believe this dude because I wasn't there. I believe the guy. You can look at in his ear. You can see the truth. You know what I'm laughing at, brethren? Remember a video that we did? There was a pastor, okay? He came from church. He came from work, and then the front door was locked. So he went in the back. He tried to open the back door so he can get in. And his wife, and the wife shot him 5 times. Reggie, I know this is horrible, but the wife, you know what's making that thing way too funny? The wife shot him 5 times in the chest at close range. It's not like she hid somewhere. She started shooting. It was close range, like right in his face. And where she said he knocked on the back door, they find the guy in the front door. Those story, man, it's incredible. But hey, that's what the fellow said. He was asleep. He woke up, and I have no reason to doubt this guy. Probably he's one of those Gentiles out there that get, one of those poisoners out there that get nightmares. Okay, one of those poisoners that get nightmares out there, and then he probably was asleep, and then he woke up and he saw one of our people or some kind of demons, just pull up his gun and blasting on his wife. So that's what it is. That's what he says. Oh, praises to the Most High. Let's keep on moving, man.
When police arrived, they say his wife, Colleen, had been shot twice. She was taken to the hospital and later died. Christopher faces several charges, including second-degree murder.
All right, we give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Plague number 9, execution by the sword. Again, beloved, this is only going to get worse, all right? This is only going to get worse. It's not going to be good. And they're going to have, at one point, I believe in 2023, they're going to have to shut down the school. I would say 2024. They will close the school down because there will be too many popcorn in there. 2022, 2024. It should happen, at some point, okay?
Refined News 4's Nick Camper and Nick investigators laid out a detailed timeline today of the attack, and also they revealed Lewis's motive. Tell us more.
Yeah, they did, Heather. They detailed, or this timeline detailed the relationship between Dr. Phillips and the suspect, Michael Lewis. Police say that Lewis was upset about a previous surgery and that the rifle used in the shooting was legally purchased just hours before the attack.
We have also found a letter on the...
Again, anytime there's a MS, send the Negro to explain it. make them the face of this Haitian. Make the Negro explaining. Bring the Negro over there, have him standing over there so that people can know, he did this. So now, the reason why I'm stopping here, we're going to see the name. I explained this multiple times. Again, I'm just going to make a little bit more emphasizing this. Now, behind this fellow, you see the word Saint Francis. Okay. Now, the word Saint Francis, we got Pope Saint Francis. Oh, San Francisco. What the hell's going on in San
According to
Francisco?
Wikipedia, San Francisco, officially the city and county of San Francisco. According to Wikipedia, Pope Francis is the Bishop of Rome and hence head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City-State since 2013.
Wait, what's going on here? Is something happened to Pope Francis? Let me see. Did they say something? Is Pope Francis nearing the end of his pontificate? Great. This is Washington Post, man. No, I'm not going to pay $4 every 4 weeks to read something that I can get on the internet for free. What is this? Is that what that is? Okay. Okay, they said something about Pope Francis' resignation questions well as he used a wheelchair. Okay, okay, well, anyway, this dude is on a wheelchair. His name is Francis, okay? And just to let you know, the hospital name is Francis, all right? Oops. Gunmen entering Nigerian Catholic Church. All right. Okay, is that the Washington Post again? I'll take the LA Time. Probably going to give me a less hard time. Okay, those are the blood. We have the video on the website, okay? What, $1 for 6? What the hell is going on with those people hassling me for that stuff? Anyway, let me highlight this right here. Come on, man. Really? All right. Although Nigerian security forces have not yet identified will carry out Sunday's attack on St. Francis Church. You got Francis, St. Francis here, Pope Francis in the midst, okay, and Francis Hospital in there. And we have, while this one is not in there, boy, this is going to take some time, but I will do it anyway. Let me just pause it and it will be instantly for you, but for me it's going to be like 10-15 minutes. All right, and again, we are here. So I stopped drawing ley lines because too many airplane accident over there. So we are going to go to Haiti, which is in the news for quite some time now. I'm not quite sure why Haiti become an interest to the poisoners. Okay, so you can see all the ley line we trace from Stonehenge to the Holy Temple over there. All right, so now you see this name? It's called Grotte Saint Francis, okay, which means the cave of Saint Francis. So now we're going to go to the cave of Saint Francis, and then all right, that's where the cave is. So this picture I posted here, this is not actual picture of the Bill Clinton and Bill Gates, the two William, all right, William Clinton and William Gates. Is that what that is? Okay, Michael, all right. So Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, which means William Michael, the Gates portal, Clinton, I don't know, it could mean toilet paper or something like that. But anyway, so Grotte Saint Francis, okay. Again, you got Saint Francis here. This is where those guys go. They cut the deal and stuff like that. All right. Now, something that I did not show Yeah. What's going on? Is that mommy? What happened to mommy out there? I heard her. She was talking to Jaden?
No.
What?
She was yelling at Jaden.
Of course, always Jaden. Yeah. Everything's good?
Yes.
Okay, sweetie. All right. So, now, you see this place? Look at the area. You see how the area look like? Okay, we have it here. I put this in there. Okay. That's research that we do according to the masters was telling us certain places we have things over there. Okay, you see this tree? Well, and there's an angel over it with wings and all that and some writings and things like that. So when you look at this, okay, you know, it looks like a tree. Those are the petals. Okay, all right. So those are the straight lines. You see those straight lines? Well, over there they call them NASDAQ. You see those straight lines over there? Those things are here for a reason. Okay, this is like a giant feather. All right, this used to be a base back in, you know, when Atlantis used to, you know, flown above, so to speak. All right. All right, so we put this over here, and of course, one of the main ley line over there that is right here. Huh. What the hell is this? Did I find something here? Huh. I think I did. What is it? Oh, it's like a terrain. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'll probably just put this over there. But let's go in the south. There we go, right here. All right, there's a ley line here, and there's a cave, like I always show the people, and there's a face upon it. Okay, you can see this dude right here. We'll show this every time we go over there. You can see the afro right here. If you can see it, give us a 1. You know, there's the afro right here, and then you can see the afro in this dude right here. Okay, you can see the forehead right there. You can see the forehead right here. This is just for reference, okay? You can see the nose right here. You can see the nose right here. You can see the mustache right here. See the mustache right here. You can see the beard, the goatee. And then you can see the goatee. You can see the throat right here. And you can see the throat has some jewelry in it. Those are the so-called the Atlantean that when they used to live there. And then they had this thing engraven here, okay? This is the cave Marijan. God Marijan is there. This thing has powerful stuff in it. You know, I would love to go over there, but too much going on. A lot's going on right now. The most I have it, you know, give me the so-called access. Now, and they got the cave of the 7th snake of Eli. Okay, God les 7 serpents Eli. Okay, those things are no joke. Okay, now we have Saint Francis here. Okay, Saint Francis. Okay, we got Pope Francis. We got the church happen over there in Nigeria. Let me see if I can pull the video on BigLevi.com. If the video is here, brother Devin said the video. I'm not quite sure he said he put it under testimony. Is it? No, he said he put it under news and article. That's so you already see the dead body here. This guy head is open, wide open. Okay, the video is 30 seconds. You will find it under news and article. Warning, graphic, and not suitable for children. We cannot play it here. You might want to go watch it. You'll see the dead bodies. The sweet wine is soaking the land over there. Over there in Nigeria, the church. Okay, the church St. Francis. All right, it's really, really bad. Okay, all right. So it's really, really bad. So you got St. Francis, you got Pope Francis, and you got this hospital here, Francis, and then you got the caves St. Francis with Bill, William Gates, Bill Clinton, to Bill, to William, to Michael, at Francis, and all these Francis. Why? 2 years ago, we told the people that the so-called the Druids down there, we'll call them Druids because that's like, excuse me. And we call them Druids because it's like one of the appropriate things to one appropriate title to call them. But the high priest down there told them, okay, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, William, Michael, and this area is called Saint Michel de la Tala. You can see Saint Michael here. Okay, you can read it. Okay, Saint Michael. Okay, Saint Michael de la Tala. Okay, la Tala means something. Atalaye. Okay, la Tala. Saint Michael, Michael. And then the reason why you see all those Saint Francis, because when they went in there in Saint Francis, they warned them. Okay, they say, well, we're here to renew the contract, call up the stuff. And they say, well, you guys, they said, are you aware of the contract? They say, yeah, well, we are aware. When they make the interpellation, so to speak, the spirit came in. And then Trump were there, Bill Gates were there, all the big dudes, Biden were there, all of them, they were there. I'm not making this up, Virgin. I'm telling you according to what they told me. You either take it or leave it. All those big guns were there because those guys go over there all the time. Okay, they go to this cave because it's a portal. So they met those entities, all right? And then they said, we want another, quote unquote, 400 years. But then the entities told them, well, we are under order from the big boss himself. Your blessing is done. And Trump was there asking if he would be president again. They said, no, the temple is closed. Okay, aka Vilocan. This is the name of the temple, so to speak. Let me write it down for the people. Vilocan. It's not actually. Whoops. It's not actually an actual place. Okay. Okay. It's actually a place you can get to. Okay. We will call it aka the Temple of Solomon and stuff. So Vilocan. Okay. So you can get there. It's actually, they got those entities which they call La Sirene, which some of the Atlanteans, so to speak, that's what they told me. Okay, so this is weird to you, but this is dirty and weird, but that's not what that is. This is something else. Okay, this is not Christianity. This is the Black George right here. Okay, all right. So Vilocan, the temple. Okay, all right. According to what they said, and let me read a little bit. Vilocan, the mythological abode of the voodoo spirit Loise, voodoo and African derived, of course they have to muddy things right here, derived religion, which is not a religion, was taken to Haiti during the colonization period of 1492 and 1804, that's a lie, and has maintained many West African religion tradition. Among them are those of Benin, formerly known as Dahomey, that's a lie. Voodoo is believed that Vilocan is in Africa, and they conceive of it a city in the mythic land of Guinea and of an island below the sea. This is the information they give them. They are talking about Atlantis. It's Vilocan is a city in Atlantis. Brothers, I'm not making this up, okay? Let me give you a little bit of what Vilocan look like according to, well, what's been beaming into my head. Maybe I'm making this up. No Genesis DC. Really? Oh, here we go.
According to Wikipedia, New Genesis is a fictional...
All right. Okay. This is what Vilocan look like, okay? This city, but it's underwater, all right? And when they say underwater, you cannot get there. Brethren, I'm not making those things up, man. And that's why those Gentiles, they are really, no Genesis. I say no Genesis City. No. DC Supertown, New Genesis. There we go. That's better. All right. Could have put, I don't know why this thing do this. All right. Yes. That's better. There we go. This is Superbia, right? Okay, this is suburbia. All right, this is like Viloca and stuff like that. The city, it's even more magnificent than that. That's what they sent Christopher Columbus to come find. He couldn't get in there. That's why he was asking. This thing was built by a certain person, which I'm not allowed to say here. And then those guys came in, they tried to swagger jack it. They can't. That's why they call it mythological city, which is Guinea on an island below the sea. That's not what that is, okay? Vilocan features prominently in voodoo worldview on ritual observance. Voodoo mythology conceive of the cosmos as sphere made to two inverted valves and all that stuff. If you read it, they're talking about like how voodoo is evil or Haitian, like dirty people and all that stuff. And anyway, now the reason why you see those guys, the two Willie, those guys went down there like always, because all the country, when they need power, they have to come in Haiti to get it, because they have to come to the Druids, to the Levites, so they will give them access, because that was the part of the 400 years blessing, and it's still abode. They went to the ville. They say they wanted to go there. Those guys wanted to go there. They say, no, the temple is close to you guys. You can't go there because the blessing is done. The 400 years is done. And then they told them, by the fellow, Joe Biden will win, Trump will lose, World War III. And then they tell them, get your hish, get the hell out of here. And then those guys couldn't do anything. Biden took his stuff. Joe took his stuff. Bill, the two Bills, all the big wig that were there, they took their stuff. Then they got out. They left. And then that's the prophecy of Francis, because there's a cave there called St. Francis and Saint Michel, which is Michael, both Billy. I'm hoping this thing making sense to you, because those things were revealed to us 2 years ago, okay? This is where one of the mighty temple is over there in Tortuga Island, okay, which is called the Turtle and all that. This is like years ago when we were talking about the connection to the Stonehenge, to the ley line, like the celestial, the planetary alignment are connected to the Stonehenge and the pyramids. Thank you to Sister Sandra that sent that to us. Now you have a little idea or more why you see St. Francis all over, and you're going to see the hell of a lot more, okay? And then you see that Pope Francis saying something about resignation. I don't know. Let's go.
The suspect, which made it clear that he came in with the intent to kill Dr. Phillips and anyone who got in his way. He blamed Dr. Phillips for the ongoing pain following the surgery.
Police arriving on scene at 4:56 Wednesday evening. 2 minutes later, they heard what they believe was the shot, the one that took the suspect, Michael Lewis's, life.
Okay, now, again, a lot of people will give me crap because this dude is black, okay, all right, but the moment he's black, he's being automatically one of our people. And I believe Michael Lewis is Haitian. Is that what that is? Isn't Michael Lewis Haitian? I think I was doing some research. Michael Lewis, Oklahoma Tulsa shooter, Haitian. Okay, 5 facts. Is Michael Lewis Haitian? Is he? Michael Lewis was named the suspect back. Okay. All right. According to online record, the suspect has gone by the name Michael Louis Baptiste and Michelet Louis Baptiste. He is Asian. Site calling me on record online, Michael Louis. Motive. Yep, he's Asian. The name. Okay. No thanks. Let me double check this because I was doing some research. I didn't want to bring this to the. There we go. There you go. Louis was 45 in former family, New Jersey, with Haitian roots. Online records show an old LinkedIn page and his name. He worked in information technology and as a health desk analyst. Okay, Michael Louis, he's Haitian. All right. Now, and again, I'm not making this up, brothers. Okay, Michael Louis, he is Asian. All right, and with Saint Michel, okay. You can't make this up, brothers. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to force things because like people say, well, Big Levi, because you Haitian, you're trying to make everything fit it to you and your people and stuff. That has nothing to do neither to me. and what you're so calling Haitian. It has everything to do with the Most High. This is what he said, and the power shifting in the hand of his children. Okay, so that's where we were. That's what it was. That's what it is. Okay, Michael Lewis. And I knew for a fact this fellow, he was Haitian. All right, Saint Michel, Bill, Billy, William. I believe the nickname for William is the nickname for Bill is William, which means Michael and all that, the warrior and all that. Okay, stuff. So we understand. We made the Saint Francis. Francis mean to Frank, free men, and then for the Gentiles means spear and javelin. This fellow, you can see it in his eyes. Okay, you can see it, man. Look at the dude's eyes. You know, everything all right, sweetie? Okay, you can see it in his eyes. You can see it. Look at this, brethren. Okay, look at this. You can see the dude's eyes. This is not him. When you look at this eye, man, something is in there. Okay, all right. The Most High make it clear that Michael Lewis, okay, of course Haitian, went in St. Francis, dropped this ish because of the whole thing that they went over there in the cave St. Francis. They told them the blessing is over. You guys going to get what you deserve. And this is a signal. This is a message unto the nation that the Mighty One say, I keep my promise and I'm going to fulfill what I said. Are we going to Villocan? I don't know. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, when the Mosiah is doing that massive spiritual fumigation, literally the physical fumigation of this planet, and then he moved us to Supertown, aka Villocan or Goshen, which is known in the Bible. Hopefully, they move us to Goshen or Villocan. Boy, that would be great. You know, I would love to go there. Is that thing even recording? I would love to go there, at least. I mean, that's me. So Michael Lewis, you know, he's Haitian. He did this thing. Look at his eyes, brethren. Read the dude. Read the dude eyes. If you cannot see this, if someone can look at a dude like this, say, wait, this is normal. This is not normal. Okay? And those Haitian, they don't play this thing. Those Haitian Negroes don't play this Haitian. Okay? He blamed the doctor for his whatever that thing that he had. He went in there. He smoked everyone. So that's what it is. Let's keep on moving.
They saw broken glass. They saw shell casings. They were following those shell casings around and began yelling, Tulsa police, Tulsa police.
When police entered the office of Dr. Phillips, they found 3 victims dead and the 4th victim, William Love, seriously wounded.
Okay, of course. All right, William Love, William Bill, another Michael, William Gates, William this, Michael. But the Most High is drilling it in their head that Michael is in the midst, he is here. Well, of course, you know, over there we call it Ogu, which is the spirit of vengeance. It is here. It will protect the house. Okay, I'm not making this up, brethren. Okay, I'm not making this up. If you think we are making this up, you know, hey, that's on you, but we're not.
Was rushed to the hospital but did not survive.
To the family of Mr. Love, I'm so sorry we couldn't save you. We are grieving with you.
Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin outlining the timeline of events.
St. Francis. Now, when you excuse me, when you look at the name St. Francis, of course we talk about this, and you look at the people that saw I get jack our stuff, wear our clothes, and then hold our holy course, and then force our people to worship Cesare Borgia, their beast, okay? And then now when Haitians going around and then they try to make confusion, it's no confusion, okay? This thing is real, brethren. Again, a lot of people are saying, well, this thing was fake. They just try to gun control. It's fake. Yeah, okay, all right then.
Describing the relationship between Dr. Preston Phillips and the shooter, a relationship that started with back surgery in mid-May. Lewis released from the hospital on May 24th, but days later called Dr. Phillips claiming he had continued back pain. Tuesday, May 31st, Lewis visited with Dr. Phillips about his back. And Wednesday, Lewis called the doctor one last time about needing more treatment. Police also revealing that Lewis bought the AR-15 style gun used in the killings just hours earlier. Then headed to the medical center with the rifle and a previously purchased .40 caliber handgun looking for Dr. Phillips.
Dr. Phillips was was the consummate gentleman. He is a man that we should all strive to emulate. And of everybody, you know, the fact that some...
Okay. And I'm also sensing this fellow is Haitian too. I'm not quite sure. Okay. All right. Preston Phillips. Preston. Well, I should not say what the name Preston means.
All right, Preston around Fort Lauderdale.
What does the name Preston means?
Prieststown. According to the bump, Preston as a boy's name is pronounced Pres-ten. It is of Old English origin, and the meaning of Preston is Priest's Town.
Okay, Priest Town, Levite Town, Super Town, Villocamp, Guat St. Francis. Still go back to the whole connection. Okay, Priest Town, we know the priests were the so-called Levites. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can get the name Phillips. What's Phillips mean? Excuse me. Again, I'm not making this up. I'm just now watching this thing. What does the name Phillips means?
Horse loving. According to Wikipedia, Philip, also Philip, is a male given name, derived from the Greek Philippos, lit, horse loving, or fond of horses, from a compound of philos, deer, loved, loving, and hippos, horse.
All right. I'm getting the black horse here or the white horse. Which horse is that? All right. Preston, let me get the name right so I can see.
Some individual would go after Dr. Phillips.
Okay, Phillips. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. What does the name Phillips mean?
Friend of horses.
Okay.
According to ThoughtCo, Phillips is a patronymic surname meaning son of Philip. The given name Philip comes from the Greek name Philippos, which means friend of horses, composed of the elements philos, meaning friend, and hippos, or horse. Surname origin, Welsh.
All right. Priesttown horse. I'm not quite sure if it's the black horse or was released, the priest was released the black horse or the seventh seal or whatever seal or open. I know one of the horses are here. Could mean the black horse that we talk about in the beginning of the video where we take the picture of the black horse and on our community page is over there. But let's keep on moving. Anyway, Priesttown horse loving.
It is mind-blowing.
Okay, notice how they put the emphasis on Preston. Okay, there are other people, but again, you know, like they don't matter.
Now, police say they were able to rescue 2 individuals from inside of the office. They also believe that the receptionist, Amanda Glenn, was helping people escape by blocking a door and allowing them to exit through a back door. Live in Tulsa, Nick Camper, Oklahoma's News 4.
There's a mother, too.
Yes,
okay,
all right.
All praises. All right, again, beloved, I'm not making this up. And then the Most High sent a straight message here, a strong message here. Okay, those people, they still have PTSD about 1804. Okay. All right. Whoops. Really? There we go. Tariq Nasheed make this movie, okay? They still have PTSD about 1804. You know why? Because they knew exactly what happened there. Okay? They knew exactly what happened. Most of our people are confused about this, but they know this thing could not be won because of weapons that they have. And if you ask our masters, they'll tell you how this thing was fighting. It's like Avengers versus the Avengers versus Justice League. Well, right, not Justice League. It was a battle between a bunch of super, Marie Antoinette. Oh nope. La crête à Pierrot, Marie Antoinette. Ah, man. No, all right. Let me see. La crête à Pierrot. La crête à Pierrot. There we go. Okay. Okay. See that woman right here? Republic, well, they can't really show you. See this woman right here with the skirt and then with the sword in her hand with the brethren with swords. Okay. Her name is Marie-Jeanne et la Martinière. See this woman? She was what you're calling a Wonder Woman. She, by herself, when the men were down, she leaped like a superhero from the fort. Inside of the fort, she leaped over the wall and landed in the midst of the French. She landed in the middle of the French and pushed all of them back, all by herself. The French have to go flee for their life. And once they get to a distance, they start clapping. And then they lift up the tip of their hats in front of this woman. Okay? That what she did. All right? Marie-Jeanne. All right? By herself, she pushed a whole army by herself. The whole army back off. When she leaped from the fort, inside of the fort, outside, and she landed in the mist like lightning, and her eyes glow, and she pull up her sword. She start like cutting people in half. She's like throwing them in the air and cutting them. She run with super speed. I'm not making this thing up, brothers. This thing, you can read. Okay, the Battle of Crête of Pio was a major battle of the Haitian Revolution that took place 4th March until the 27th March. Okay, let me read a little bit in there. Okay, La Crête of Pio, east of Saint Mark in the valley of Artibonite River. The French colonial army consists of 2,000 men led by General Charles Leclerc, blockaged the fort, which was defended by Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Haitians rebel. The fort was strategically important as it controlled access to the Cahos mountains. With their food and munition supply depleted, Dessalines rebels forced to French blockage and escaped the mountains. Here, Dessalines forces massacre many French civilians and then regain control of French stuff. Let me see if they put the name of Marie-Jeanne. Oops. Huh. Jeanne. I think it's up. Okay, they don't talk about her in this article, which she was the main of the battle. They don't say anything about that. If a woman back home in Haiti, they give you the grade Marie-Jeanne, that's like the highest grade out there. Okay, this woman give them hell. Okay, let me see if I can get her. Marie-Jeanne. La Crête à Pierrot. Okay. This dude, let me see if this dude gonna say something. Okay, you see her at the top of the fort. This woman didn't play this Haitian. When she see the men were taking too much fire because we had two armies. We had the army of the men and the army of the women. The army of the men use upper strength. The women use their legs. They are very strong because they push, of course, the pelvic muscle. And then this woman at that stuff, she leaped, brothers, and then fell in the middle of the French and pushed all of them back and then leaped back again and give them the time, to fight. That's Marie-Jeanne right here. I can't. Let me see if I can zoom in this thing right quick. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oops. All right, this woman didn't play that, man. This woman didn't play that. Our women, they were true warriors, man. That is why they had to disconnect us from them and then make them look evil and then make the black men look evil and stuff and then have a black and feminism and all that nonsense. When our women used to follow our order, they were deadly. And I keep telling people here, man, I'm definitely afraid of women because I find out what they used to do. Upon the order of the emperor, and the emperor just look at her and then tell her, say a few words to her, a few words of power, and then the next thing they know, they hear the thunderclap, and then this woman power, the mighty one power, flow onto her, and then she runs, she leap over the fort. It's not a little fort, brothers. Listen, let me show you something. Boy, I'm going all the way. Citadelle La Ferrière. Really? That's weird.
Listings for CPAP.com around
Haitian
Miami.
Citadel.
Here they are.
There we go.
According to
There you go. Now, I'm talking about things like that, brothers, okay? I'm talking about walls that are like this. You see, this woman will leap, man. Just like you see in the book of Joshua when Judah did the same. You know, all women do the same thing that we can do, okay? Let me see. Parler. So see. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about those things are in Haiti, okay? I'm talking about things like that, man. A leaping wall, like giant wall, and then go fight, all right? Okay? There was a battle over there in Palais Sans Souci, okay? Crazy things, man. They used to have huge battle and stuff, and then the armies used to encircle, and a huge thing used to go 300,000 Frenchmen against like 2,000 Haitian. They just blow them out of the water, and they have PTSD, man. They know what's happening over there in Oklahoma when this dude is Haitian. They know that. They know it's a matter of time when the power. I don't know if Pluto gonna bring it here. When the power switch, it's gonna be hell on earth, man. You won't know your mom. You won't know your dad. All right, let's keep on moving.
And here at 4:30, we're continuing to follow breaking news out of Racine. The Racine Police Department asking the public to avoid the area of Graceland Cemetery due to a shooting at a funeral. And we have just learned in the last few minutes that Ascension All Saints Hospital, which is nearby, it's just down Osborne Boulevard from this cemetery, is now on lockdown as a result of this shooting. Now, according to police and funeral officials, there were shots fired at the funeral of Deshante King. Family members tell us 5 people at the funeral were struck by gunfire. We're working to learn more about their conditions right now. Bruce Harrison live on the scene, the ground there, to tell us what it looks like in the area. Bruce, good afternoon.
Tom, I'm standing at Graceland Funeral Cemetery right now where the shooting took place, and it's very clear where the family was gathered. If you look back here, you can see a red tent or awning.
The dude, you know, one of those, his name is Deshante King Sr. He didn't even get buried, brothers. Some other 2/3 pull up and they start shooting at the funeral, man. The dude was still above ground, man. You know, he was still above ground, you know, and then, you know, so, you know, they were still shooting, man.
Just last month, we were down here covering that along 12th Street. What we know, very little from the police press conference that followed King's death, was that he was the subject of an investigation. They were looking for felons in possession of firearm, and they pulled him over because of that. Police say that King then ran from officers on foot out of his car, and it was a way that he was shot and killed by an officer. Police told us that King firearm made some kind of action that led to the shooting, Tom. And that's all we know from police about King's death.
Of course. And then, you know, I mean, he made some action with the gun. You know, nobody was there. Oh, the camera didn't work. You know, they shot and killed him. And after that, during the funeral, and then a group of 2/3 pull in, and then they shoot everybody in the funeral. You know, and you know, 5 people got shot. You know, talking about this, I let me show you a little excuse me, a little illustration, so to speak, for lack of a better word, of what Marie-Jeanne was doing to those French over there. All right, give me a second. All right, I know YouTube gonna get me for this, but let me show you. Those people, they don't know, they do not have the what they call this thing again, the imagination to do those things. This is like what it was when Marie-Jeanne, okay, look at this. Those like the Frenchmen, and this is Marie-Jeanne. Okay, fallen angels, guardian is down. All right, because they know what they are doing, and they know where they get those stories.
Fallen angel, guardian is down. I repeat, guardian is down.
Okay, you see how she leaped, and just like you see the bullets, or like, I'm not making this up, brothers. You can ask any so-called Haitian that knows story, our history. The bullets literally bouncing off our people. Okay, and that's what happened. She just leaped over the wall. Okay.
Under 1-2, this is Guardian. I want you to put down everything you've got. Just north of my position. This will be danger close. Copy. Danger close. Good luck, sir.
Okay, that's how it is. You know what one of our ancestors said? He had a word of power that said, the bullets are dust. If you know what that is, and if you say this word the way it's supposed to be said, anybody that shoot at you, it would be literally dust going, sparking off of you. Okay, those people, they're not writing those stories because, oh, they're also good at writing. They are swagger jacking. Okay, see the strength like our ancestors used to fight? That Judah right there. That's what our people used to do, brethren. I'm not making this up. That's what those people are terrifying of you, because they know you don't know what things you used to do. And then they know for a fact what you used to do, but they know you don't know what you used to do. Okay? All right? The conversation that he having like that, when you read the books, when you watch our people, this is straight from our people. Swagger jacking.
A good death has its own reward.
Actually, the French guy, they fled. Okay, they fled. Again, let's just watch it. Well, we're gonna stop. You know, watch how she leaped and her speed and landed, and then the bullets, and then she just take them just like that and start beating the crap out of them. That's how people move, man. Brethren, I'm not making this up. I'm reading certain things. I'm talking to the masters. They like, we find a generation, you know, so this is Judah right there fighting this giant. Anyway, Facebook, YouTube going to get me for that. Give me a moment. All right then. All right. Okay, so we're done with this. Okay, her name was Marie-Jeanne. They literally tried to erase her from the stories because our story was written by sellouts. They said, oh, she got on top of the wall. She leaped on top of the wall and screamed. That's not what happened, okay? That's not what happened. So anyway, is that what that is? Let's keep on moving. Is that thing even recording? Boy, is that thing recording? Do I have a beat here? I do? Yeah. All right. I do have a beat. Hopefully we use it. All right, let's keep on moving, brothers. How long we are into these things? Oof. All right. I say too much stuff. Let this thing play. All right, what's going on here? Let's see what's happening here. What do we have? What's next for this video?
But what we have right now is a call of a shooting that took place at Cornerstone Church. The investigation at this point reveals that the shooting took place outside. We know that the suspected shooter at this point is a male individual. We also have 2 other deceased individual victims that were shot. We believe they were shot outside in the parking lot as well. We received the 911 call at about 6:51 this evening. The call indicated that there is a shooting taking place outside in the parking lot and that there were a couple victims shot with that.
Okay, so in the church parking lot. Again, when you look at those things, they keep happening in churches, brethren, okay? All right. So that's what happened, man. The churches, the Christians, they're catching hell. There's a reason why those people are definitely afraid of you, because they know what you can do. You don't know what you can do. Once this power come, once whatever alignment that's supposed to activate this thing. And some people will say, well, what about the 2/3 or the skin folk? They won't be able to use it. And not every Israel can use this power, brethren, okay? Some of the people cannot use this because they're going to try to use it against us, just like they are using the words against us. Okay, this power will not be given to anyone, nor to everyone. All praises.
New Mexico man suspected of killing a woman in front of their child has been caught in eastern Arizona. Just another domestic homicide that we're reporting on this morning. 26-year-old Zion Gibson was arrested after a pursuit that ended in a crash in Holbrook. Police say...
Please type this dude first name, okay? Just to let the people know that this thing, brothers, this is not... I'm not... People think this is a game. We're not making this up. The dude's name is Zion. You know, he shot the mother. Anyway, man, this is plague number 9 right here, execution by the sword. Let's keep on moving.
He killed 25-year-old Rosa Trujillo in front of their 3-year-old.
Okay, she was 25. You know what to do.
Daughter. Investigators say the victim called 911 when Gibson showed up at her home. She was shot while on the phone with a dispatcher. Gibson now faces murder charges.
Man. Whew, Regin, the spirit out there, man, crazy.
Breaking news out of Van Nuys, where police are investigating reports of a shooting near a high school.
Gil Levis is overhead in Sky 5 with the very latest. Hi, Gil.
Hi, Lou and Glenn. You're looking at Ulysses S. Grant High School here. This is on the 13,000 block of Oxnard Street with across a Coldwater Canyon now a short time ago. LAPD Van Nuys Division officers responded here in force. You can see that Oxnard is completely shut down right now from that response. They were responding to a reported shooting at or near the school. You can see that it appears to be on lockdown right now. The entire campus is, and I can tell you that the streets around the area are blocked off. There are some parents that are out here on the streets. As I zoom in here, you can see several of them here on this corner. But again, reports of possible shooting at or near the school. We're trying to work to get further information on this incident. That's the latest overhead in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Gil.
All right.
New Mexico man suspected of killing a woman in front.
What you saw here, another shooting by a school. Okay, things are not getting better, and they never will. This system has to go down. The people that are in charge now, the people that have been enjoying the blessing, they have to go down for our people to come back up and build a better world. All praises. Whoa. That's a better version. Popcorn, baby. Popcorn. Popcorn.
You guys, you have to check out this incredible video from Lake Powell.
Oh.
And as one family is grieving, we know that 10-year-old girl is in DCF custody at last check, and her mom is sitting behind bars here facing charges after police say that mom gave her daughter the opportunity to pull out that gun during a fight.
It's just so sad that she lost her life to this senseless situation.
Loved ones and friends of 41-year-old LaShawn Rogers are hurting. Police say she was killed after a 10-year-old girl opened fire. Investigators said that girl's mom, 31-year-old Lucretia Isaac, got into a fight with Rogers last night here at Jernigan Gardens Apartments. They say at some point Isaac handed her daughter a bag with a gun inside, and her 10-year-old daughter fired 2 shots, killing Rogers.
She didn't deserve it at all. She's not that type of person, and she don't get into this type of stuff.
Today, Rogers' friends and family came together at the scene to grieve and added to this makeshift memorial for the mother and grandmother who they say lost her life to.
So again, I always advise our people, man. There are certain people you don't get into argument and fight them, because certain 2/3 out there, they are pure demon. Okay, they got that's her daughter, a 10-year-old little girl. You gave her a bag with a gun in it, and she took the gun, and shoot this woman because they were in a fight. Some argument happened, and this thing happened. I mean, this a 10-year-old girl with a gun, of course, number 10, was in the midst. Take this gun and kill this woman because she was fighting her mom. Because what the man is not in the house. The man is nowhere here. There is no man in this place that could be over there and put order and stuff like that. Okay, this is what the poisoner did. They destroy our people. How come a 10-year-old little girl know to take her gun and fire two, not one by accident, 2 shot, not in the leg, not in the arm, but a place that is fatal, and kill this woman? Okay, and then her mother right here, of course, beloved, all right, let me see the face. Again, you can literally see and read the faces of those people. Okay, look at this, okay? Look at the face of the mother, okay? And have her daughter pull out a gun and shoot the other woman and kill her, all right? Okay, things like that, when they happen in the community, and people just really like, okay, well, what do we say? What do we do? And you have to understand, a lot of people, because they look like you, or even they are you cannot accept this behavior and praise it. Okay? All those things, brothers, it is to show you how far we were, well, we are broken. So, this thing, it's crazy,
Friends and family came together at the scene to grieve and added to this makeshift memorial for the mother and grandmother who they say lost her life too soon.
I can't say nothing bad about her, and she kept you laughing. Her humor, oh my God, her spirit was awesome.
The 10-year-old is now in DCF's custody. Her mother, Lucretia Isaac, is sitting in jail facing,
of course, last name Isaac,
a slew of charges, including manslaughter, culpable negligence, and child neglect. Investigators say state attorney's office will decide if that 10-year-old will face charges for pulling the trigger.
Okay, so, and things like that happen, and you will see those people, this woman right there, and let's say she ended up getting charged, and then they released this child. Do you know this child, brothers, I'm not making this up. Do you know this child is like messed up for life? You murdered somebody when you were only 10 years old. Your mother gave you the gun. That's why certain people, they're messed up for life, man. You literally, as a child, doing an argument, your mom was fighting somebody, you picked up a gun, you didn't know any better, you shot this woman, she died. Even though they put the child in jail for 25 years. She's a minor. She get out of 35 or 40 years. She get out of 50. When you came out, man, that's heavy right there, man. But hey, plague number 9. A lot of the people don't listen out there. Hey, 2/3 in the midst, and they have to go. Unfortunately, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, back live here, we have reached out to DCF to see exactly where that 10-year-old girl is being housed, and we're still waiting to hear back. I've also been trying to get reaction from the suspect's family today, and at last check, we have not also been able to reach them as well. We're live.
All praises, of course, send a Negro over there, make our faces this. Play with fire, okay?
Developing story of violence seen on a local highway where 7 people were injured during a shooting, and now we're learning more about the suspects. Henderson police have identified 3 people involved in the shooting. That's Richard DeVries, Stephen Allo, and Russell Smith. Police say these 3 men are members of affiliates or rival outlaw motorcycle gangs, Hells Angels and the Vagos. The shooting happened yesterday on the 95 near Horizon Ridge. 7 people were hurt, 2 patients critically injured. Sunrise Hospital was also on lockdown for hours following the incident. The hospital says this is protocol for a trauma center. The investigation shut down both sides of the highway for hours. Henderson police have not shared what led up to this incident.
Yep, so you got those motorcycles.
Investigators say Dolores Yamalith Martinez Ponce.
You had those motorcycle gang fellows out there, you know, shooting, killing people. The sword is heavy. It is indeed in the midst. Plague number 9. It's pretty much everywhere. Highway, byway, house, home, markets. You know, it's everywhere.
Because eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Over 70 years, Mamie Hayes has watched crime in Philadelphia worsen.
I say about 60 when the crack cocaine came out, all of that. Then that's when it really started getting terrible.
Because that's what those people do. They bind spirits and demons and the substances and bind them in the corners through the ley line to jump on our people, make them commit crime. And then this is the fallout. This is what it is, okay? This is what you guys did, all right?
She's waiting outside Temple University's trauma center for a family member, feeling relieved that person is not one of the dozens of people shot, some killed.
Okay, 12 killed, 15 wounded in Philadelphia. Only on a weekend, from Friday to Saturday to Sunday, I guess.
Over the weekend. Including 4 young people overnight at 29th and Tioga Avenue. Philadelphia police saying a teenage girl and a young woman did not survive. Other victims include a 9-year-old boy killed, a 4-year-old hurt when he was shot.
It was always a code that you didn't shoot women and children.
In total, PPD says...
That's what it is. So again, now I know I'm going to receive heat for saying this because in the hood, you know, Negroes have a bad, you know, habit. Like if, you know, don't snitch. You know, that person kill your 9-year-old boy and then come to your house and say, man, keep it gangster, man. Hey, man, the police start to, hey, man, Black Lives Matter, man. Hey, don't give the police information, man. Hey, man, we got to stick together. Wait, you kill my daughter, you kill my son, you kill my wife, you kill my girlfriend, you kill my cousin, you kill my sister. Hey, man, I ain't see shit, man. I ain't saying Haitian, man. Hey, that's the mentality, the gang mentality. Those folks have to go.
15 shootings over the weekend killed 12 people, hurt 14. The homicide count in Philly is now 206.
It still boils down to the legislators legislating those guns. Parents, check your...
So again, do not repeat what the Gentiles are saying. This has nothing to do with gun. This has something to do with the negative energy that is working in the midst of us that are affecting our frequency. And it is the poisoners. They need to be removed. Once they remove, we will have peace on this earth. That is all. How long we are into this thing? Ooh. All right, let's keep on moving. Oh, I had so much.
Phoenix police investigating an apparent murder-suicide.
Oh boy.
Officers found a woman dead and a man critically hurt at a home near 40th Street and Shea Boulevard early this morning. According to police, the man told them he shot his wife. 2 dogs were also found dead in the home. The shooter was taken to the hospital where he later died. The man and woman were later identified as William and Susan Potts.
Another William. Pops. Popcorn. Plague number 9. You can't make this up. You can't. William popping them. Daniel 12:1, popping them.
Police say it appears William Potts shot his wife Susan.
William Potts, Potts.
Then turned the gun on himself.
There we go for it. You know, that's all you've been hearing now. You know, it's the wife get into an argument with the husband get, curse be the wives, curse be the husband. They are taking themselves out.
Body camera and dash camera video just into our newsroom this evening shows the moments leading to a deadly deputy-involved shooting in Marysville Monday night. We do want to warn you, some viewers may find this video disturbing.
On Monday at 6:30 p.m., someone called 911 about a man with a gun. You can see on this dash cam video, Union County Deputy Jacob Mateshko arrives on Meadowlark Lane. Put your hands up. Inside the white truck is 33-year-old Matthew Todd Hunter. Deputy Mateshko repeatedly tells Todd Hunter to put his hands up, then tells him to put his hands out. The deputy tells the man 3 times to get out of the truck.
Get out, slowly get out of the car.
It happens quickly. Todd Hunter gets out of the truck, pointing a gun at the deputy. Within 1 second of Deputy Mateshko telling him to drop the gun, the deputy fires at least 5 shots. Todd Hunter falls to the ground. We also have video from Deputy Mateshko's body-worn camera. Before the shooting, you can hear the woman in orange tell the deputy Todd Hunter does not have a gun.
Yes, it does. But what kind of gun?
It was a BB gun!
After the shooting,
it was a BB gun.
She tells the deputy it was a BB gun.
Okay, so, all right, those guys are taking each other's out. Okay, so now, again, this dude is out. Of course, he's white, shot by another white dude, and, you know, barely make it to the news. You didn't even know about this thing, but yet it happened June the 2nd, 5 days ago. You didn't hear anything, but he had a BB gun. But wait, it was on one of our people. Wait, this was like a 2/3 that deserve it, with a gun and pointed at the police like gang and stuff, acting he's like all tough and things, and then they took him out. They would have take this thing and then they would have bring it to the people, say, oh man, black folks, man, you are getting shot and stuff. You need to do something about this. Okay, you see how those folks are very calm because they knew this dude. They knew this is the type of guy. Look at how calm they are.
Todd Hunter does not have a gun.
Okay, they will lie for this dude. Say, hey, he doesn't have a gun.
BB gun!
After the shooting, she tells the deputy it was a BB gun.
Okay, you see how they don't get emotional and run, oh my God, and stuff, and their family, they don't show you any of the family members coming and kneel and ask, hey man, when this thing going to change and stuff. And then when our people watch those things, they bring your frequency low, your frequency drop. And then again, we told you this power is coming. We must understand there are certain people that not going to be in the kingdom. We gotta let them go emotionally, physically, mentally. There's nothing we can do for them, okay?
It was a BB gun.
Okay.
We asked the Union County Sheriff what kind of gun Todd Hunter was holding, but we have yet to receive a response. A spokesperson for the Ohio...
Okay, so BB gun or not BB gun, you pointed out at an officer. He did what he had to do. All praises.
That student should have never been released. And just a few hours ago, there was an emergency bond hearing. So what happened there?
Okay, let's listen from the top. We're not going to listen to all of it, though. But...
Tonight, some extra safety precautions at a local school graduation.
And this all comes after arrest records show this student at Bradford Preparatory School threatened mass violence.
In a letter sent to parents, the head of the charter school told parents that the threat was directed at tonight's graduation ceremony. It's taking place at the Cannonballer Stadium.
Yeah, and while that student was arrested and charged, Channel 9 uncovered he was released from jail just hours after being booked in. Let's bring in our Genevieve Curtis, who's been looking into how this arrest was handled. Genevieve, the district attorney says that student should have never been released. And just a few hours ago, there was an emergency bond hearing. So what happened there?
Yeah, John, that happened just a few hours ago after our colleague Allison Lottis started digging into this and asking questions about how this all unfolded. And at that bond hearing, the judge determined that 18-year-old should spend the night in jail, so there'd be no way he could show up here tonight at the Bradford Prep graduation ceremony that investigators say he threatened to shoot up. Jacob Lawler is charged with threatening mass.
Of course, you got Zion, and then this dude's name is Jacob, and then he's 18 years old. You tell me.
Violence at his high school graduation. Warrants we obtained say Lawler texted another student suggesting they protest graduation and shoot up the ceremony. In a letter to parents, the head of school credited the See Something, Say Something app for the tip, which led police to investigate and arrest Lawler. But less than 6 hours after his arrest, he was out of jail on a $2,500 bond. Daniel Redford with the Fraternal Order of Police for Mecklenburg County says that never should have happened.
It's a failure at the highest level within our judicial.
Daniel Redford.
The district attorney's office agrees. Under state law, if someone is charged with threatening mass violence, the DA's office says it's supposed to get the opportunity to argue for conditions of release in front of a judge, not a magistrate. District Attorney Merriweather said in a statement that this has happened dozens of times this year where the laws haven't been complied with, and court officials have proposed best practices to eliminate those occurrences. He added in the meantime, We urge all judicial officials to follow the law.
God forbid if he would have went to that graduation tonight and did exactly what he said. I mean, how is this judge, how is this magistrate going to feel knowing that he let him out by breaking?
Okay, so this is those people talking like this, because what they used to do, well, they're still doing, they will take the most effed up in the midst of us, okay? He will commit the most horrendous crime, and then they will release that person in the hood. They will release that person in the midst of us, so the energy can still going and then do the same. And then now it's happening to you, and you guys are like, oh, that's not good. How would you feel? And stuff. Get out of here.
Breaking the law.
Channel 9 began asking questions and investigating what went wrong here. And at 2 p.m. today, Lawler was back in court for an emergency hearing. His attorney argued that Lawler was just joking. He was upset about not getting to walk in graduation because he has to complete a math course this summer. The attorney also said no guns were found in his home and his family doesn't own any firearms. Police also didn't find any indications that he had a plan. His attorney says that Lawler helps care for his disabled mother and has plans to join the Coast Guard. But a judge told Lawler that words have consequences and ordered he be taken to jail until noon tomorrow after the graduation ceremony.
We give the mighty one great praise. You see, the torment is pretty much all over, and then now we're going to keep on moving, brethren. This thing is real, and then it's here. All right.
Eternal God, we come today as broken people. Our hearts are filled with pain at the senseless deaths caused by gun violence.
16
Again, when things like that happen, they will send the preachers, the two-thirds kinfolk, some of them are kinfolk, and hey, man, gun violence. Gun is doing this. No, it's not. It's not doing none of this nonsense, man.
Teenagers are in the hospital tonight after
Okay, we watch this, okay? So that's who they sent. Another dude that looked like us, and then talk about the stuff. I'm not quite sure if this dude a preacher. Excuse me. But yeah, that's what happened.
Russian missiles rocked Kiev on Sunday, sending clouds of smoke wafting over the Ukrainian capital for the first time in more than a month. Ukraine said the strike hit a railway repair site. Moscow claimed it destroyed tanks sent by European countries. The attack comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that if the U.S. were to supply Ukraine with longer-ranged missiles and artillery, Russia would respond by striking new targets. Ukraine said Russia had carried out the strike on Kiev using long-range missiles fired from bomber aircraft. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak tweeted, "The Kremlin resorts to new insidious attacks. Today's missile strikes at Kiev have only one goal: kill as many as possible." The strike on the capital comes as Russia has been concentrating its firepower in a vicious battle for the eastern Donbass region.
Again, those people, for some odd reason, they choose to ignore the art of war. If old man Putin want to get rid of this dude, he could anytime he want to. It's just he's waiting for the right, perfect time. But anyway, the capital, is that what that is? Kiev or Kharkiv? Kiev or Kiev? I'm not quite sure. Is that what that is? Let me see. What's the capital city of Ukraine?
Kyiv is the capital of Ukraine.
Oh, okay. Kiev. So, remember that's the capital. They hit the capital, okay? For those people like, oh, yeah, Ukraine is winning and stuff like that, and beating Russia. What? They hit your capital. Well, they said they were going to take the capital in a week. Huh? You out of man, it seems you people know nothing of war. Anyway, so we're not gonna speak of this, and a lot of sweet wine and burnt bread in the midst over there. Let's keep on moving.
Oakland community plagued by brazen crimes, including this one. Disturbing video showing the moments of a deadly hit and run, and it happened in front of police, businesses, and residents in Oakland's San Antonio neighborhood. And they say this is just the tip of the iceberg. They are pleading for help from the city, and they tell KPIX5's Daw Lin they felt helpless and abandoned by elected leaders.
That's how we
We're
felt.
about to see footage of two different hit-and-run crashes. The latest one happened at this intersection, International Boulevard and 16th Ave, happened in front of a cop. Yet the driver still took off. Neighbors say there's a sense of lawlessness. The hit-and-run happened on Tuesday afternoon, just after 5:30.
Little lady?
Police say a 78-year-old Oakland woman was walking in the...
Okay, and then this dude just run her over. You know, the ley line switch, this dude run her over, and then there was a police right in front of him.
Crosswalk. They say a white Hummer made a left turn and ran her over. The driver then sped off. Oakland police say instead of chasing after the Hummer, the patrol officer stopped to help the victim and sent out vehicle information via radio to nearby officers to look out for the Hummer. Police say the driver got away and the woman died at the hospital.
See how ineffective your police officers are now? Because they get the thrill, they get the kick out of chasing us or killing us. When it's other people, they're like, boy, I don't have time for this, man. You know, I ain't got time for this nonsense. Just gonna go over and chill, man. Not only you didn't cut the guy, the woman died.
Elected city official that cannot protect the citizens of Oakland.
They can't.
It makes me feel really sad.
They can't, because that's not what they were elected for. They are elected to destroy, and they already destroy our people beyond repair. Our people can only be repaired by the mighty one, the angels, and they haven't even. You cannot destroy something that you already destroyed. You know, we are reduced to ash. Okay, now it is your turn.
He's owned the repair shop on 16th Ave for 36 years. He says crime is getting out of control in his neighborhood, and life feels cheap.
Crime is like eating breakfast. I mean, you see them every block, every street, every corner.
4 doors down from the intersection is the small market. The owner tells me a gunman robbed a cashier at gunpoint last Friday. You can see a man pointing a gun at the cashier. And last Wednesday, she says, this man walked out with their EBT card machine. And around the same time, a man who lives in the...
Who does that, man? Who go to a supermarket or market and swag a jacket EBT card thing, man? Who does this?
Complex next to the intersection says 3 men robbed him at gunpoint. About half a mile away from the intersection, a surveillance camera captured another hit and run. Happened in April. Police say a white Cadillac Escalade ran a red light and hit a bicyclist. The 38-year-old Oakland man was thrown at least 30 feet away from the intersection. Police say the man had severe head injuries and the driver sped away.
They can't even go out the house at nighttime. They can't walk to the grocery store without worry about getting robbed or shot. It's just unsafe right now.
Bruce has an open carry permit.
I've been robbed here with a shotgun in my forehead.
He says he lost count on how many times he's been robbed. He says about 3 months ago, he had to pull his gun out to stop 2 would-be robbers.
We're all crying for help. Will we get out of it? Promising. And all got broken.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Now, you felt like how we used to felt, you know, when you people were in our neighborhood and then release all those criminals in our neighborhood, blacked us from all the goods. Now, the plague is literally back on you now. All praises to the Most High.
City Council President Nikki Fortunato Bass represents this district. She was not available for an interview. Her spokesperson says they're working with the police department, the transportation department, and the violence prevention department to address the ongoing violence.
Yeah, ongoing violence. Plague number 9. Whatever that you did to us will come back to you tenfold. How long we are into this thing? Oof, 2 hours and 13 minutes. Let's keep on going. I hope that thing is recording, man. Oh, it's raining outside.
Street takeovers are getting even more dangerous. Someone opened fire during an illegal race in South Los Angeles overnight, and there's a search for a man who used a flamethrower at one point during one of the chaotic sideshows.
KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live at LAPD headquarters in downtown LA with more on what's being done to stop these illegal gatherings from getting even more dangerous. Chris?
Sharon Pedro, handguns, fire, smoke, these wild scenes keep happening, even though police are cracking down, making arrests, and impounding vehicles.
okay?
Flamethrowers. Gunfire. Street takeovers in Southern California are becoming free-for-alls for bad behavior and criminal activity, according to law enforcement. A couple of intersections in South Los Angeles became scenes of the latest street spectacles early Monday morning.
Okay, so you got things like that going on, and a lot of people are here in the midst, and you're looking for trouble, man. Okay, you're looking for trouble. If anything happened to you over there, there's nothing you can do here. Okay, there's nothing you can do here because you are here. You are in a place that you weren't supposed to be, and then you got skin folk in the midst right here, and then they will bring flamethrower and shooting and all that. And when something happened to them, and all people are like, "Hey, man, he wasn't doing anything. We told you this isn't the time. This isn't the time to do things like that."
With drivers doing donuts, revving their engines, and burning rubber. Participants tend to find the action thrilling, but when gunfire erupted Monday morning, people started running for cover. This happened around 2 a.m. near the intersection of Crenshaw Boulevard and Florence Avenue in South LA's Hyde Park neighborhood. Police say no one was injured and no one was arrested following the chaos, although video from the scene captured a young man running while clutching what appears to be a handgun. Last month, officers arrested dozens of people at several illegal street takeovers in and around Los Angeles and impounded multiple vehicles. The LAPD Street Racing Task Force says it has one goal in mind: keeping Angelenos safe. Authorities say the activity is extremely dangerous. Drivers can lose control and slam into the crowds of spectators or nearby buildings. And then there's this. San Bernardino police have released new video from a fiery street takeover in which a man used a flamethrower in the middle of the crowds. Investigators say he now faces arson charges and has a felony warrant out for his arrest. The suspect is identified as 41-year-old Eric Hanshaw of Arizona, who remains on the run. The lit scene was at
and those people, they are the same people that you go there. Those are the people that will sell you out. Okay, those are the people that say, how did they know this guy was the one who get this, who did this? Because the people over there told them.
5th and Mount Vernon in San Bernardino. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. Live in downtown Los Angeles, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Chris Wolf. Benjamin and the Mist. All praises. Let's keep on moving, man.
Aaron, thank you. Breaking news now. The California Highway Patrol is looking for a gunman who opened fire on another driver on the 101 freeway overnight for no apparent reason. This happened just before 5 a.m. near the Cahuenga exit on the 101. The victim says the suspect was driving a black or dark colored vehicle similar to a Toyota Camry with its rear bumper hanging off. The victim says the suspect followed their vehicle from the 170 freeway.
Once both vehicles reached the 101 freeway, the victim and the suspect slowed down, and that's when the man opened fire on the victim's car, firing at least 5 shots. Some of the windows of that car were shattered, and there are several bullet holes in the car. Fortunately, the victim was not hit, but of course, as you may imagine, was left shaken up by that ordeal. The suspect is described as a bald, older man. Again, he was driving a dark-colored vehicle similar to a Toyota Camry with its rear bumper hanging off. If anyone knows anything about this incident,
most likely somebody cut him off, and then he mistake the fellow, or this guy could be the one who cut him off, and follow him and shoot him.
Casa Grande man is under arrest, accused of making online threats to carry out mass shootings. Police say 19-year-old Joshua Bowen threatened to shoot up a high school, a police station, and a movie theater. They say that he even praised the school massacre in Uvalde, Texas, and also threatened family and friends. Officers took him into custody yesterday on counts of making a terrorist threat. Detectives say they believe that he may have access to guns.
Yeah, so now, well, as you can see now, a lot of those people out there, they are saying those things that they see in the news. They see the so-called mass shooters always get praised, somebody always defending them, and then they look at them upon heroes. And then when they threaten to shoot a police station, movie theaters, there's nothing you can say to them. All right? This thing is here to stay. Ain't gonna go nowhere. Of course, they're not gonna put these dude faces all over because, hey.
That he planned to shoot up a school.
So the threat did not mention a specific school. However, the teen is a student at Heritage High School. KTLA's Shelby Nelson is live in Menifee with more. Shelby.
Sure, Pedro, there are only a few days left in the school year, but while students should be worrying about finals, they're also worrying about these latest threats that came about. Now, Menifee police tell me when they arrested that suspect, not only did they find those brass knuckles as well as that ghost gun, when they searched his home, they also say they found ammo.
With so many threats going on overall in different schools and districts, it's really scary.
I was scared to go to school because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Fear in the final days of school before summer break. A 17-year-old is now in custody after allegedly making online threats through a non-public group message via social media.
He made reference to shooting up a school
David.
and basically shooting kids.
Police investigating and later determining it was a student from Heritage High School in Menifee creating those messages. Detectives served a search warrant at his home where they arrested him and say he was in possession of a ghost gun and brass knuckles. Even though the threats did not make mention of any one school, parents and students are uneasy considering the sudden spike in gun violence in recent weeks.
He was just like saying he was gonna shoot up the school and stuff, and like it kind of scared me, you know what I mean?
You saw that?
Yeah. And like I just didn't want to come to the school no more after that.
Our kids are taking finals right now, and they have to be here, so this thing has me worried all day.
Menifee police say the student was booked into a juvenile detention center and is facing several charges, including possession of an unregistered firearm.
So, and those guys are not kidding, brothers, when they say they're gonna do things like that. You know what happened? When they say they're gonna do things like that, when you ignore them, they did it for real because they think people think they are playing. Okay, give me a second. Oh boy. Oh man, sorry, excuse me. I mean, to you it's instant, but to me it's still going on. Anyway, let's keep on rolling.
It's one of several recent school threats in Southern California and the second threat to happen at a Menifee school in less than a week. The first happening last week at Hans Christensen Middle School. Menifee police saying it turned out not to be a credible threat and a 13-year-old girl was arrested. Police say now is the time for parents to reevaluate their kids' social media use and check in constantly.
I think sometimes they feel like they want to, empower their kids and give them some autonomy and not be that overbearing parent. But it's not about that anymore. It's about making sure that you protect your kids from becoming involved in things that they shouldn't be involved with.
All right, Ted Shaji. Next video, all praises.
All right, back to that breaking news now. Sacramento police are investigating a homicide.
It's happening in North Sacramento. We go to Leticia Ordaz with more on what we know there from the scene. Leticia.
Good morning, Teo and Brandy. We have learned that 2 people were shot here on Arcade Boulevard, and investigators are on scene right now. Look at all the evidence markers on the ground. Officers responded to this neighborhood for reports of shots fired. They later learned that 2 people had checked themselves into the hospital. Unfortunately, one of the people that checked themselves into the hospital ended up dying. This is an active investigation, and they have not released any information about who the victims are or a possible shooter. But we're following this story, and we'll bring you much more in our 8 o'clock hour. For now, reporting live in North Sacramento, Leticia Ordaz, KCRA 3.
Hey man, this thing is all over. That is why it's so difficult. Imagine you giving birth. I think I had something. Oh no, is it 444? 447, 47? Is that what that is? Open the 4 portals and speak your stuff, and that's it. All right, after 10 years, you're good. This thing will reach. All right, well, that was on the 6th. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. All right, then. Let's keep on moving, Bridget.
These men
During Sunday service at Houston.
All right, let's listen to this. Relative of 4 boys, grandpa killed in Centerville says family faith remains strong. Again, like we keep telling those people, these things are happening to so-called Christians. Okay, those were good Christian people. For lack of a better term, good Christian people. Okay, all right. Then their Christian church. Listen.
Heavenly Father, I love these men.
During Sunday service at Houston Northwest Church,
you have to understand that we're okay.
Relatives of Mark Collins and 4 grandsons.
Okay, this is a MS right there. You kill 5 people and then no one say anything about that. You don't hear the news. Oh man, there was another MS, and this dude literally went to. Okay, all right. Let me let this play, and then you'll understand what's going on. All right, let's read the name: Mark Collins, Bryson Collins, Carsons Collins, Hudson's Collins, Wayland Collins, a whole family of men. No more. Well, you think what you did in Buffalo, the Most High would not. This is the Mighty One. Keep showing you he's dropping more of them. Like every single day, brothers. Listen.
Killed on their Centerville ranch last week, spoke about how they're coping.
My short message is God is still God, and we're not. And God is still on his throne. And there is a purpose in this, no doubt.
Investigators say the 5 family members were found late Thursday inside this house. The Leon County coroner telling me that preliminarily it appears that most, if not all, suffered stab wounds, possibly in addition to other wounds, but that a full autopsy report could be weeks away. 46-year-old escaped convict Gonzalo Lopez is the prime suspect in the killings.
Okay, so this dude is 46. Of course, you know what's going on. And he went over there and then he took 5 of them out. And they're not calling this an MS. You barely even hear about this in the media, but anyway.
Having been on the run for some 3 weeks after crashing a TDCJ transport bus he managed to hijack. We're told he stole a pickup from the Collins Ranch and was later killed in a shootout south of San Antonio.
And it's sad that they didn't know that he was...
Nike or Mike? It could be Nike or Nike. Mikey, Mike. All right then. Wordplay.
Was still in this area.
Nearby neighbors Tony and Mario Apodaca are among those leaving flowers and other items on this entry gate and say, like a lot of people, they thought Lopez was long gone, given apparent ties to the Mexican mafia.
If Mr. Collins would have known he was still in this area, he most likely, I'm sure he would not have brought his grandsons up here.
It's just terrible.
Okay, let me tell you what's going on here. Those are the quote-unquote Gentiles, or the poisoners that have all the money. They got ranch every summer. They take vacation with their kids and grandson. They go around, they're fishing and stuff. We told them the blessing is done. You can't do those things anymore. And if you do, great and horrible things are going to come against you. Now, those people, he was not even aware that Gonzalo fellow was in the midst. And then he came over there with those children, and then all of them, that fellow killed all of them. Okay, so now you won't hear Hebrews online saying, hey, the Most High did this because of the Buffalo thing. The Most High did this because of they were like, this has nothing to do. This is like, that doesn't mean this is all trouble. Yes, it is his all trouble.
Tragedy is so sad. Something that shouldn't have happened.
It happened.
Our prayers with the family.
A family who credits support far and wide for helping get them through. And we're back here live. Apologize for those audio issues. This family, of course, leaning heavily on their faith. Meantime, we heard from the TDCJ today. They said about 40 roving patrols remained in this area up until the day of the tragedy, and even this property had been cleared at least once, possibly twice. Now, what remains unclear is if residents, nearby neighbors, were notified of a burglary a few days before these family members were killed. That is still something we're waiting to hear more on. DPS and the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Okay,
those were good Christians, all right? And this thing happened to them, all right? So, all praises to the Most High. All of them are no more.
Owns in the seaside town.
As per reports, the U.S. President's motorcade rushed away from his house towards a nearby fire station where an SUV with the President inside drove inside the building and the Secret Service began clearing the area. In White House, a White House official said that a small plane entered restricted airspace and all indications are that it happened by mistake.
Of course
the official added that all precautionary measures were taken and that there was no threat to the president or his family. According to the official, the president and the First Lady were evacuated and are now back at their residence.
So, U.S. President Biden rushed to a safe house in Delaware after an unauthorized plane breaches airspace. This is what could have happened.
Where a small plane has crashed into a home's backyard. I mean, take a look. This is a live picture. This is off of Warren Road, just south of Mustang Way. You could see all the destruction that happened right there. Thankfully, this small plane did not hit the home, but definitely came very close, crashing into the fence and then exploding into flames. We are told that the pilot walked away from that crash, but as you can imagine, it suffered major burn injuries. We also don't know if anyone on the ground was hurt. So as you can see right here, a small plane crashes into the backyard of this home. You can see investigators out there, but that block wall literally just demolished. And there's a lot of people who actually witnessed the destruction on Twitter, on social media that were out there. They saw flames erupting from this plane after it crashed. And, you know, amazingly, the pilot was able to get out. And just to give you an idea of where this at, it happened just a few blocks south of Hemet Ryan Airport. That airport has been there since 1940, but
so this is what could have happened, you know, and over there. This is the most give them high blood pressure. So, oh, it's no joke, but hey, all praises, man. The Most High is like, it's already wash old man Biden in there because, hey, there's an unauthorized airplane. Get out of here, man.
Hill specifically. First and foremost, I want to address the situation that just unfolded over the last few hours or so. You got Capitol Police arresting a man with these high-capacity magazines, a BB gun, and body armor outside the Capitol. What do we know about this?
Yeah, it was about 5 a.m. this morning, Yasmin, that a Capitol Police officer by the Capitol Police's account started talking to a man who had parked his 2017 Dodge Charger by the west side of the Capitol. The person was ultimately identified as a 53-year-old man from Michigan, a retired police officer at that, who worked in New York. And the Capitol Police had searched his car with his permission and found, and I'm quoting here, a fake badge, a BB gun, body armor, high-capacity magazines, and other ammunition. What was he trying to do with that? We can only imagine. They're still working on getting more information about this individual, but he has been arrested and he is charged.
That's like the fourth or fifth guy that went over there with a bunch of bullets and guns and stuff. And you never know this guy's face. You don't know anything about him, and you will never know anything anyway. So, all praises.
Domestic violence is what they are saying they believe led up to this shooting, and neighbors tell me that the victims are a mother and son and they hadn't lived here very long. Now, it happened here at this home behind me. We are told Baldwin Park police officers responded to this home here on the 4200 block of Merced Avenue just before 9:30 last night. This after getting multiple calls of gunshots being heard in the area. One neighbor says he heard at least 5 shots fired. When officers arrived, they found the 2 victims in the backyard of the home suffering from gunshot wounds to the upper body. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene and the child was taken to the hospital in critical condition but sadly died from his injuries later. As for a suspect, police say that person fled. Investigators are saying this is a possible domestic violence incident, so we are working on trying to find out the relationship between the alleged shooter and the victims. At this time, there isn't a description of that suspect, but neighbors say the shooter is a man. We don't know if he fled on foot or in a vehicle. We are working on getting more information from detectives. Now, the identity.
So, as you can see, beloved, the sword is in the midst. This thing is everywhere. No matter where you are, this thing is there, and then it's not letting up. We just took the sword today, and then we're going to end with one of our favorite things over here. We're going to end it with that.
Investigation underway into a deadly Brightline crash. SkyTam was over the scene along Copans Road and Dixie Highway. You could see a yellow tarp near the tracks. The Broward Sheriff's Office tells us one person was hit and killed by that train. No name has been released to why they were on the tracks in the first.
Listen to this again.
Investigation underway into a deadly Brightline crash. SkyTam was over the scene along Copans Road and Dixie Highway. You could see a yellow tarp near the tracks. The Broward Sheriff's Office tells us one person was hit and killed by that train. No name has been released to why they were on the tracks in the first place.
Brightline, another crash. Okay, this happened. Happened the other way. Okay. All right, let's read this. My friend and I were just talking about a situation like this the other day. How can a train sneak up on someone and hit them? It's not like the train are quiet and you know where they are gonna go along the tracks, not like they can jump out of you, run you over. That is because this person walked into a portal and pop up right in front of this train. You know? So Brightline crash. Okay, let me see the most recent that they have. 3 months ago. Let me see. A month? No. This one that we just saw, Brightline. I hate. That's what I hate. Filter this. Brightline train accident. Do not go around the gates and you will not be hit by a train. Let me see this one.
Hey team from City Search and Rescue, when the train tracks come down, don't go around them.
Okay.
Or you'll get hit by the Brightline.
Yep, another link.
Hey team from City
Brightline don't Brightline don't play. Okay, that was 6 days ago. Okay, pedestrian killed after being struck by a Brightline and train in Pompano. Okay, Brightline hit a car 3 weeks ago. The Jeep was a month ago. We profiled this. You know, it's just this thing is nonstop. So yeah, and those people think this thing is a joke, but it is not. All right, it is not. Okay, let me see if I can let the beat play. See if you guys can enjoy the beat. Yeah. This is not a game. This is not a game. The most of you in the miss. The sword is the enemy. The black George is here. George and you. Black George, black. See, the computer is too slow. The black George. The black George. He's in the miss. Black George. That's the black George right here. Gotta get a good picture. The black George is in the midst. There's nothing you can do. It's here to get the payment. If you're guilty, you gone. Don't play this shh. That's where the copy, the Joker. Yeah. The black George is here. The black George is here. That's why they copy the joke. This is not good. You see, that's why they copy the Joker, okay? AKA Baron Criminel. That's how they got the Joker, the swagger jacket. Okay? That's why they love Joker, because he's AKA The black judge, bound criminal. Let me see if I can use Samriti. And this is not what that is. Okay, the name is Baon. What I said, it doesn't mean like, you know, Baon Saturday. Although of course, his days, of course, Saturn. Hey, that's better. The black George is in the mist. I'm not quite sure if I was going to use these images. You see the top hat that he wearing? Of course. Boy, I didn't want to do this. T-Pain top hat.
Showing pictures that match.
So that's why they had the T-Pain swagger jacking with the purple, you know, like Bound Samzi. You know, this is Mr. Facili, okay? If you watch the movie, if you watch the movie, the Princess and the Frog, okay? He's always wearing purple, so that's why they had T-Pain wearing purple in the top hat, because he was supposed to be one of the Bound. But I don't do those things anymore. AKA the death angel in the Bible. Man, I can't find anything. You know what? I think I have a demon here. Demon here. Where's the demon? I could use him. Gangster, but I have a better demon in here. I already used the Grim Reaper. Did I use that? I wanted to use this. Which one? This one, this one, this one, that one, yeah. This one, that one, this one, that one. I think this one, that one, this one, that one. I think I used this one before. Let me see. Which one should I use? I'll use this one. The black George is in the mist. Don't be effing with me. The black George is in the mist. Yeah. All right.